Alright. That was wild. I really thought we were done with the whole internet issue thing, but it looks like we're not done, and it might just have to be a day-by-day issue until we can figure out something more substantial.
Yeah.
But it seems like well, we've dropped a few frames, but not horrible. I'm just gonna have to keep an eye on it, but if it starts stuttering, please let us know in case I'm not looking. Like, I think we've solidly narrowed down that it's just an internet issue at this point.
Yeah, the router here's
It's not good.
dubious.
It's not good. So, but we don't want to invest in new internet because A, we're cheap, and B, we don't live here permanently. So, we're just all gonna have to deal with it. But restarting the router seemed to work for now. So we'll see. Alright. We're finishing this game even if it kills us.
Yes.
Oh look, Stream Elements just said I went live. Thank you, Stream Elements. Where's the game?
Are we sure we want to resume from here?
I don't know, but where did the game go? There it is. Okay, here, you can have the mouse. Oh, you just got out of it. Hang on. Is the game sound working?
No.
Why?
Huh.
Oh man. Oh,
there we go.
There it is. Wait,
well,
it worked.
We can hear it, but it's not.
No, it's just really quiet.
Oh, okay.
Maybe, do we need to turn it up? Maybe not. Oh yeah. So, we're good.
Yep.
Okay. Yay.
Hooray.
Let's fucking go. So Seven just remembered all the shit.
Yep.
He made a face and put his hat back on.
Alright, fine. I'll give it a shot. No promises, though.
He's given something a shot. I don't remember what he just said.
No.
Jimmy and Clover nodded earnestly. I think it's just he's gonna tell you everything.
I'm a detective. It's a little awkward to say this about myself, but you could probably consider me a lone wolf type.
This is probably why I thought that that seven in Lotus route that's not required was required, because I was probably thinking of this conversation.
Okay. Because he told us.
Because I was like, otherwise you don't learn anything. What the hell? And then I forgot that he remembers right now.
I hold my own code, because I think doing what's right is more important than doing what you're told.
Good guy, Seven.
Well, I mean, I don't know if that's great for.
He's a loose cannon.
So I followed my gut that night. A slim lead brought me to the wharf. It was 9 years ago. The wharf had been cold as fuck, and I could barely see squat. I was investigating a mess of kidnappings, all of them children.
Also tell me if we need it to be louder, but I don't think I touched it from last time, so hopefully it's okay.
A hospital under the management of Cradle Pharmaceuticals. My investigation had turned up evidence that Cradle had been involved in the kidnappings.
Oh, thank goodness we found that out.
After a little sweet talk,
thank you.
I managed to finally get a real lead from someone inside Cradle.
Hell yeah, we approve of torture.
My source told me this.
Tonight, a ship is set to take the children to a large passenger liner docked offshore.
Say.
Yeah.
Tonight,
mustache twirling villain.
you will be visited by the ghosts of three.
No.
By the three spirits of Christmas.
So I headed to the wharf. From the shadows, I searched the harbor until I found the ship he was talking about. There was a bunch of movement there.
Oh yeah, how they were carrying the children.
Oh yeah, this stupid haircut. Good.
Men in black suits, many of them carrying large bags.
I do love just the complete variety of this. Like, alright, we gotta be careful. This one guy's like, my kid snapped in half, so don't know what to do.
That guy's like, I can handle two.
He's got like 2 sacks of potatoes over here. But that kid is very bent.
The bags. There was something about the way they moved as they were carried.
Or didn't.
No doubt about it.
Yeah.
There were human beings in those bags.
Not human beings.
No.
I moved
Oh, we get a closer look.
I came out of hiding with my gun already in my hand. Don't move. I felt metal touch the back of my head.
Drop the gun. I could kill you right now.
Worst
It'd be
detective
easy to
ever.
get away with it too.
Yeah, not very observant.
Just tie an anchor to your feet. No one would find you for a week. What would you want? The fish here would love a meal.
He kept digging the cold metal thing into my skull.
You could say it's a
There's nothing I
gun.
could do. I did what he said and laid my gun on the ground. Then suddenly, there was a sharp pain in my neck. A needle.
A drug?
That That was my last thought. My face hit cold concrete. I was out like a light after that. I woke up on a hard floor. Damn it. Shit, my head hurts. I did
Me,
a quick
every
once over
day.
the room.
Huh?
Where am I? A small, shabby bed, a dirty sink, a toilet with no privacy.
That was
I'd
the
seen it
worst
countless
part.
times
Yeah.
as a cop. I'm in a cell, huh? Facing the toilet was a door.
Look
set
at
in
his
the
nice
wall.
white shoes.
Yeah.
Those
It
are
was
a
still pretty
fashion
woozy,
statement.
but I made my way over to it. I pushed and pulled on it, but
Oh no, ship
Oh,
noises.
Classic ship noises.
it won't open. Not like I expected much
Well,
else.
it's an escape room. You
He'd
have
be
to
dumb
solve the
enough to put me in a
puzzle.
cell and leave it unlocked. Threw myself against the door a few times, but it wouldn't budge. I knew it. I gave up and made my way back to the bed and sat down. Huh.
Huh.
I sat
Same.
there for a very, very long time. Who knows how long. Then
Years.
I heard a faint voice. The voice was far away. I couldn't understand what it was saying, but I could hear one. It was pretty high, probably a little kid. Huh? No, it was several. I hear 5 or 6, maybe more.
Maybe even 9.
Where?
Probably not
Where are
9
they
though.
coming from?
Yeah, he can
Pressed my
open
ear
all
to the wall,
doors.
tried to listen
Except for
it.
all the doors on this boat that he's
Yeah.
tried to open.
Lots of doors that are hard to open, by the way.
No, that's not it. Left. It's coming from under the bed. I hauled on the metal frame, flipped the thing over.
We can't flip it.
Hell yeah.
And there it was. The bed had hidden an air vent under it.
He's so
The whole
derpy
wall
looking.
was
Yeah.
hidden by metal.
Huh?
I dropped flat on the floor and peered through the grate. I couldn't see shit, but I knew it in my gut. This was where those voices were coming from. Hold up. Why are there kids here?
Why is this crate making children's
Then what my
sounds?
inside man told me popped into
He
my
was
head.
investigating children being
Tonight, the ship
kidnapped.
is set to take the children
Like-
to a large passenger liner docked
Come on,
offshore.
keep
Oh,
up, Seven.
I forgot what case I was working on.
Am I on that ship?
Oh, I guess he didn't realize he was on the boat.
Right, I guess that's
They could have taken him
All
to
I
a
knew was
secondary
I had to
location.
get to those
Oh.
kids.
shit.
I checked out the
Yes, they
boat.
did. It's the,
The
boat.
boat.
Could I fit? I stuck my fingers in and grabbed it. Then.
I mean, this is basically a door. Nice shot of the toilet.
Yeah. How do you like that, you son of a bitch? I finally got the damn thing off. Sweat was dripping down my face. So I wiped it off and crawled inside.
Thanks for including
Thanks,
that part.
Seven. Yeah.
The first bit or so was tight. I had a wriggle on my belly. Wind up eventually, and there was space for
Yeah,
me to
you
crawl
showed
around on my
that
hands
great.
and
You
knees.
showed it.
Yeah.
I went from crawling like a worm in dirt to skittering like a bug. Couldn't say it was much better, but I'd take what I could get.
This is a lot of details.
Yeah.
Thing long enough to start
We're
wondering
not
where it'd
writing your
take me.
memoirs here. I thought you said you were going to try and keep it quick.
Massive sound nearly scared the piss out of me.
I
It
love
was like
this.
a heavy metal door had just been slammed shut. Then there was a voice.
Oh no.
Ah.
Yeah, when he said he remembered everything, he meant it. So he needs to
Yeah.
tell us everything. Wait, how come they got 18 minutes?
I don't know.
We only got 9 minutes. That
What?
seems unfair.
I wasn't sure what it meant, but anything with incinerator is bad news. Then, almost as if that was
Unless
a
you have
cue,
trash.
I heard a mess of young sounding voices. A bunch of them were straight up screaming in terror. And all the sounds together made a howl that made the hair on my neck stand straight up. Damn it! What the hell is going on here? I scrambled through the duct as fast as I could. I made a giant racket, but I didn't care at that point.
I mean,
See,
yeah,
I
what are
found
they
a
gonna
little
do?
door on the left side of the duct. The kids were screaming on the other side. I found it. I yanked the handle and threw the door open. I almost ripped the metal off its hinges. What the hell is this place? I couldn't believe what
He
I saw.
popped out into the incinerator.
Yeah,
Rooms
now
had
that you know what
donuts
it looks
top.
like.
There had to be about 9 walls, all the same size.
Nine
nice.
walls.
Up in the ceiling was an upside down funnel, almost like a chimney. I looked down. There they were.
Children.
The kids I've been searching for. They all gawked up at me, suddenly silent. For the moment, from surprise and fear. Scared of the room or me, I couldn't tell. Probably both, actually.
Alright, turn your coat into a rope and grab these kids.
Not like I can blame them running into a
I don't know if that's gonna be
mess
long
when
enough.
Scared shitless.
Probably.
Or sturdy enough, rather. If you have to tear it that thin, do you think it'd carry them?
Oh, I'm just saying, like, take your coat off and just kind of twist it into a rope, and then just.
It's pretty high.
Yeah, but they're kids, though. I mean, like, they could jump. Get them to do the lattice thing.
I'm pretty sure this is like at least 5-6 feet up
Oh yeah. All right.
from when we were in
Take
there.
off your pants.
Yeah, pants too. No,
Tie those.
that's indecency. You can't do that in front
I
of a
snorted
kid.
at my own diggedness.
You're
and
right.
Turned to the kids. Don't worry, kids. I'm not your enemy. I'm one of the good guys. All of them stood there, frozen.
What?
Well, except one. He was a boy, slightly older than the others. Private school uniform.
Ah.
Who the hell are you?
He stepped forward and glared at me suspiciously.
Okay.
I'm a detective. I'm here to rescue you. It looked like they relaxed some the second I
The
got the
child
words
says,
out.
"I'm Santa Junior.
How are you gonna help us?
I'm
Where's the
small."
exit?
There isn't one. The doors we came in through won't open, and the door over there.
He kind of cut himself off. He
9.
was considering something before he changed his mind.
Anyway, there's no point. We can't all get out of here. If we don't get out of here, we're gonna be burned to death.
Burned to death.
Can't you hear it? That voice said the incinerator's gonna start up soon. So.
The voice spoke again.
Incineration will begin in 15 minutes.
Oh
They only
shit!
had
It's
15
3 minutes.
I looked back down at the kids. Looks like a good 20 or 30 feet to the floor.
Oh, yeah, okay.
No way I could pull them up.
So like
Too
10
big of a
feet.
distance for any of us to reach.
Okay.
What the hell was I gonna do?
You could go back to the bed and, well, 20 or 30 feet. What could you use to make a rope 20 or 30 feet long? Jeez.
But then I got an idea. Wait right there. I'm gonna be right back.
What? Where is he going? Are you just gonna leave us here?
They just got frightened again. I'm not the best at that.
Stupid
kind,
kids.
But I tried to reassure them with a smile. Don't worry, all right? I'll be back. I promise. So just stay calm and wait right there. Got it? I didn't wait to hear them respond. There wasn't time. I had to hurry. Well,
You need to
as
close
fast
the
as I
door.
could on his hands and knees. Didn't take me long to get back to my cell. Still no way out of there, but I had a plan.
I'm going to find an adult. Oh shit! I'm an
Got it, I
adult.
dove back into the hole.
We need another
Into the
adult.
incinerator.
I got the toilet.
Then. Sorry to keep you waiting, guys. I tipped out the doorway and dropped down the rope I brought with me.
You had a rope?
Back in the
Oh,
cell.
Yeah,
it
he
is the bed
did.
sheet.
He did tear the bed
Strips.
sheet.
Okay,
Tied
great.
together to make a rope. It was sloppy, but it got the job done.
Nice.
All right, just tie that around yourself, okay?
No.
Pull you up one at a time.
Oh.
Well, they are young.
Okay.
They
That's
probably don't
fair.
have a lot of strength, and
Upper
it
body
is 20 and or
Right.
30 feet.
That's fair.
Wait a sec. Something was off. There were more of you before. Where'd the rest of you go? The boy in the uniform answered.
I let them go on ahead. We opened the number 9 door and they left.
What?
Just some of them
You're
got
telling
out.
me you opened that door?
That's what I said.
Then what the hell are you doing here?
We couldn't go with them.
Why not?
Look, the only people who can go through the numbered door.
He was in the middle of explaining.
Not the time.
Not the time to explain.
Do you want a detailed explanation of how this game works?
Incineration will begin in 5 minutes.
Oh fuck! It really took you a long time to make that rope, huh?
Look, that can wait, all right? Just get us out of here.
Right. I grabbed onto the rope. First one I pulled up was a girl with a ponytail. Next was a girl with a red necktie. Boy in a jacket came after. He said he'd climb up on his own. The boy in the uniform was the last up. Like the other kid, he climbed up the rope himself. He looked pretty scrawny.
Men.
Guess he was stronger than he looked. He moved fast. But when it was almost too much, we heard some knocking. Everyone looked at the door. It had a thick, square window set into it. On the other side, an angry face was staring in.
God damn it! What's going on here?
Great.
Just in case you forgot that he's really, really evil.
Yeah.
Why is the room empty? Where the hell are those fucking kids?
He was ready. He was waiting to watch the children get incinerated.
Good.
The door opened, and a man
Oh,
stepped in
God.
looking half mad with fury. I recognized his face. I saw him many times in photos during my investigation. The man's name? was Gintaru Hongo, the
Ah!
CEO of Cradle Pharmaceuticals.
Turns out some people don't like being incinerated. They wanted to leave. Oh,
It was
he
like
screamed.
He was an animal. He lunged for the rope.
Bro,
Hurry! I know!
The boy in the uniform
don't be a
hooked
little
it up the
shit.
rope.
You son of a bitch! Get back here, you little shit!
15 feet.
I love
10.
them.
The second I could reach the kid, I grabbed him. I hauled him up and tossed him into the duct behind me.
No! No!
Oh my god,
So
what a lunatic.
upset. No.
Ah!
Hongo had lost it.
Yeah.
His face didn't even look human. It was like the bastard pulled off his fake face. He was really a terrifying devil or some kind of damn
I
monster.
hope he gets
Quickly
incinerated.
reeled in the rope, leaving a furious Hongo yelling at me. from the
I'll
floor.
get you next.
Next time, gadgets.
You fucking bastard! You won't get away
Whoa,
with this!
whoa.
How dare you compromise this experiment!
Okay.
Rude.
Experiment? What experiment?
Quick, close the door.
Well,
Incineration will begin in 1.
Okay, close the door.
Hey, old man! What the hell are you doing? Hurry up!
The boy in the uniform was trying to get my attention. I may have thrown a salute in the raging asshole's face before I closed the door behind
yes.
me. Point to going back to the cell, so we went down the other direction instead.
Hope he closed the
After
door.
about 30 feet, we
I
came
mean, I'm
across
sure he
another
did.
duct on the left. This one was heading
Language,
down.
there are children here.
Nodded,
Stop
took turns
swearing,
sliding
everyone.
down. The duct emptied us out into a narrow hallway. There was a door on either side. The one on the left was a normal double door. But the one on the right,
That's incinerator, so let's
black and
not
yellow
go that
strips,
way.
a device next to it on the wall. The plate on it read, Incinerator. Incinerator?
Yeah, that's where we were.
It was the girl with the red tie who answered me. We were inside an incinerator?
Dude, yeah.
Girl might still
What
be there.
what part about that wasn't
Looks like it's been shut off though.
Wait, what? If he's still in there,
Yeah, that's not good.
but what if
meant-
the incinerator has cake?
I mean, yeah, it's great.
We were in there. There wasn't any
The
cake.
children
in there.
were promised cake. That's why
There
they got
wasn't
it there.
any.
we gotta get
God,
out.
this guy's a
Go to
dick.
the other door, hurry.
Didn't even put cake in there.
The kids started running, and I was close on their heels. On the other side of the door was a large spiral staircase.
You have to find the companion
Run!
cube.
Didn't need to tell them twice. Up and up and up. Feet pounding the steps. Our arms pumping fast. Round.
Where's the boat? We need to get to the top of the boat.
The stairway kept going. We passed a couple of landings when the boy in the uniform suddenly spoke.
Ah, Snake.
Something's up. Akane's not catching up to us.
Akane?
My kid sister. The girl with the red necktie.
Okay.
Akane.
So Santa's Akane's sister. Brother, yeah. And he's also here in the boat.
I didn't remember seeing that name on the list of missing kids.
Hey! Akane!
He kept his hands around his mouth and yelled.
Ah, where's nobody?
Nobody
Maybe we
answered.
outran her.
The boy in the uniform skidded to a stop. I stopped too, and so did the other two kids. When did we do that?
Well, we passed a couple big rooms on the way here. Maybe she took a
Like
rest
an
in one of them?
idiot.
Yeah,
No,
what?
that's impossible.
Sorry, Grandpa. You keep going. I gotta go look for her downstairs.
He turned to go. Hey kid, wait! God damn it, I said wait! I don't think the kid even heard me. Fuck! I spun around to the boy in
Rude.
the jacket.
Mm.
Yeah,
girl with
yeah.
the ponytail. I'm going after him. You two keep going, alright? Got it?
I don't know if I know who the girl with the ponytail is. But with the jacket's Snake.
The girl nodded and ran up the stairs. But the boy,
Is the girl with the jacket? No, that can't be. No, it's a boy with jacket. Girl with the ponytail.
Yeah.
Boy with the jacket.
You know who the boy with the jacket is.
Yeah, it's Snake.
I'm going with you.
But Clover's somewhere else. She's in
Yes,
the warehouse.
Clover's in the warehouse.
Right. It's not.
There is somebody
It's not
else.
Clover. It's not Ocho, is it? That doesn't make any sense.
No, it's not Ocho. But Ocho did mention
Did she have a sister?
that her
was like-
children.
oh, right, her kids. Right.
Yes, so I
forgot
think
that
one
was-
of those is one of Lotus's children.
Okay.
Because one of her
next time,
children's
dog.
name was Nona.
nodded and took off
And
down
that's
the
one of the
stairs.
names that Seven says.
Right. It's been a while.
ran all the way to the bottom floor calling for her. Connie was nowhere to be found.
Well, deserves to
Where
die
the hell
then.
did she go?
I could tell the kid was frustrated. And suddenly,
Help me! Somebody help me!
we heard a girl's voice.
Akane!
The boy in the uniform threw open the door and leapt into the hallway by the incinerator. We rushed in after him. I couldn't for the life of me believe what we were seeing. That bastard Hongo had Akane by the arm and was forcing her into the incinerator.
Right. Well, lunatic. Oh, she's 5.
Come on, goddammit, move!
Just like me.
No, I don't want to! Let me go, please! Let go of me!
She planted her feet squarely on the floor and was struggling to get away.
Run, girl, run.
Bigger and stronger.
Bite him.
Yeah, yeah.
She was gonna win.
Akane!
My brother roared with anger and charged toward Hongo.
Wait, no.
Help me!
It says Connie.
Idiot!
He's a kid, dude.
Stupid idiot child. I'm gonna kill your sister now. Twirls mustache.
Hongo
doesn't have a
lifted
mustache.
Akane's body
Oh my god.
from the floor. Still fighting him.
Wow.
Incinerator.
Yeah, this'll teach you whether telepathy exists.
I kind of love that he's just a completely not redeemable villain.
No, like complete lunatic.
Before we could even
I feel like so many games like
Hongo
this
was
try
left
to
with the
give
door
their
after
villain
her.
like a really, good
Sword
reason.
inside.
And you're just like, no, this guy just sucks.
Wait, he jumped in.
He
after
did
her?
come through with her.
The door slammed shut.
Why?
We ran to the door. We did everything we could think of to get the thing open.
Wow, you really ditched Ocha's kid, huh? I guess he's down here if she doesn't have anything to worry about.
No use! The goddamn thing won't move an inch!
I guess you could try going back up the vent.
The vent was in there. Oh, like
Yeah, that you
Slamming his
exited
fist
through a
against the
vent.
yeah. That's a long time.
I mean,
Long way back round.
that's better than nothing.
He was close to shattering his knuckles with how hard he pounded on it.
Akane! Akane! Are you okay?
You came back!
Connie.
That's
voice was muffled.
Connie.
But all of us could hear the sheer terror in it.
What should I do? I think I'm trapped in here!
Where's Hongo?
He went out the other door!
You
What?
bastard.
Oh, alright.
Uh-oh.
Emergency incineration command has been acknowledged. Automatic incineration will take place in
Great.
18.
How come everybody back here gets 18?
Incinerator immediately.
It's double 9.
Yeah, no, I know, but why did we only get, did we get 18?
Has been
18 minutes is plenty of time for you to then get back to where you were and do this again.
Yeah.
You have the rope still.
Kidding me? It's the same damn thing.
Are you there?
Yeah, we're here. Just hang on, alright? We're gonna figure out a way to save you.
His words would have seemed like a sick joke to her if she'd been able to see how white and bloodless his face was right then.
Incineration will begin in 17 minutes.
Holy shit, we wasted a whole minute.
Please! Please help me! I'm really scared! I don't want to die! I don't want to die! I don't want to die!
It's gonna be alright. I'll figure
The voice
something
works
out.
really
I
good, though.
promise.
Yeah.
I promise, okay? You hear me? I promise!
It was torture listening to her sobbing on the other side of the door.
I should have been doing something.
Yeah, I don't know why we don't go back round.
Going back up the vent,
Her
maybe.
brother was nearly crying himself.
It said it went
can
down,
understand.
but at the same time they
Fists
slid
clenched
down
so
it. So I
tight
assume
his
it's not a
knuckles
drop. It's
Yeah,
probably
maybe you
like
could
a
climb
slant.
up.
You could probably climb up it. Especially because in an enclosed space, it's a lot easier to move up a slant because you can brace against the walls.
Uh-oh. We're back here. It was silent. All they could hear was the creaking of the boat as it shifted in the water. They waited and waited, but Seven didn't continue.
What happened then?
Junpei couldn't wait any longer. He had to know. Seven looked at the
Come
floor.
on, man. Put yourself in my shoes. It doesn't end good. You think I want to remember that?
Then...
Yeah. Shit. If I'd known it was gonna be like this, I almost wish I hadn't remembered.
Seven shook his head. But there was something Junpei had to know.
Hey, are you sure?
Huh?
Look, I don't want to ask this either, but there's something I don't get. So if you could just tell me, did that girl, Akane, really...
Seven stared straight ahead at
Yeah,
nothing.
I'm sure. There wasn't anything we could do. After a while, the countdown ended, and we heard something burning. The fire stopped, but we still didn't move. Me and the jacket kid were frozen. The boy in the uniform collapsed as if he couldn't hold himself up anymore.
We stood there for 17 minutes, not coming up with any other plan. Wow. All right.
A few minutes passed. The door opened.
Oh. Uh-oh.
Right.
The boy in the uniform tripped over his own feet running in. We followed. The air in the incinerator was hot. Every breath made my legs feel like they were on fire. It was like standing on hot asphalt. The air was wavering, and in the middle of the room, there it lay. The kid's legs were shaking so bad, I don't know how he managed to walk. I couldn't see his face, but his body somehow looked empty. Finally, he reached it. He fell to his knees as his legs gave out on him. And then...
Nice.
Good scream.
Good scream.
I think that's Sean Chiplock. Oops, sorry, I hit you. Jimmy felt a cold lump form in the pit of his stomach. A feeling of sickening anticipation washed over him. He could feel his body shivering. He desperately did not want to know the answer he feared he knew already, but he had to ask. He had to know for sure.
Can I ask you one more thing?
What's that?
The girl, Akane. What was her last name?
What does it matter to you?
Just tell me, okay? Please?
Seven looked at Junpei curiously and ran his tongue quickly over his dry lips.
Kurashiki. Her name was Akane Kurashiki.
Acorn Kimberly,
Oh,
no!
Acorn Kimberly!
So this doesn't make any sense.
I don't know if anyone saw on Twitter, but I did say that we had somewhat of a conversation after the last episode, and he figured out a lot of things on his own.
So, and the issue I have with it is this isn't...
Rant incoming, here we go.
Yeah, this isn't a bootstrap paradox. It's different and kind of worse, because if she lived somehow due to, like, I have figured out kind of what the end of the game is going to be.
He thinks.
What I think it is. Where I think we're going to have to do something to save her, and that's why she's still here. Or the Akane we're dealing with is not really Akane, and Santa's a lunatic, and the Akane we're dealing with is also crazy or something. But assuming that this is really Akane, and she seems that way based on all of the very niche memories of her childhood that she has that match up with ours, this is really Akane. So for her to be here right now, that means she didn't die. Which means that we're probably going to do some magic psychic mumbo jumbo to save her. As a result of that, she would be fine. Which means that everyone should remember her being fine. Now. So right now, she's dead, but she's still walking around. And I have an issue with that, because where did she come from? Did she just fabricate herself out of midair due to time travel nonsense? Like, is this a clone? If it was a clone, that'd be fine. But then in one of the endings, she just disappears like a puff of smoke into midair, so...
Puff of smoke. She was incinerated.
Yeah, she was incinerated. She's also been feverish the whole time, so I get the sense that it's going to be some time travel nonsense. But if everyone remembered her being fine, then that would be completely fine. And then it would be like, okay, well, we do still have to save her, or else she will stop existing. We'll cause a paradox, and she'll disappear. Versus now, we are actively working to cause a paradox, and her being here right now doesn't make any goddamn sense. She should only show up after we save her, and then everyone's memories could be like, wait, that doesn't make any sense. I remember her being dead, but then she shows up after we save her. So that's why I have an issue with this whole deal right now, because we have multiple people having said, oh yeah, Akane's dead. You know, Santa said, oh yeah, my sister died. You know, there's the 18 kids, you know, she didn't make it out or whatever. So it's like, almost everyone agrees she's for sure dead. And so this doesn't make any sense.
Something inside Junpei stopped. My girlfriend. She did. He had no more words left. He had no more Junpei left.
Oh no.
No Junpei!
Jumpy.
He was just a shell of flesh and bone.
Bad end.
Seven's heard Snake. Wait, I want to
They
see what
that
the
day,
text for
weren't
that emote is.
Sure.
Because it's cute. I want to see whose emote that is. Taking notes. That's a really cute emote. I don't know whose emote that is.
I do like it. Big ol' pencil.
The tall kid in the jacket. That was you, wasn't it?
Oh.
Well, he
Yes,
just
it
remembered.
was.
Oh.
You are correct.
Oh, sorry. I thought I missed this first line of him turning to Snake, and I'm like, pretty sure my guy should remember if he was there.
Junpei's mind was blank, withdrawn from the world. Somewhere far away, you could hear Seven and Snake talking.
Don't misunderstand me.
Oh, Raina Barnes Jr. Cool. That's really cute.
I told you before how
Yeah,
Zero
take notes.
threatened me. There was nothing I could do. I couldn't say anything about what happened 9 years ago.
So you're saying you're not working for Zero, right?
Of course not.
Clover, what about you?
Hey, come on!
Come on.
You really think I'm working with Zero?
I mean, you're pretty axe crazy.
I told you before.
Only
you
sometimes.
idiot. I was in Nevada, in Building Q.
Nevada.
I did hear that a detective rescued the kids on the boat, but I didn't know it was you.
Her surprise seemed to be genuine. Seven regarded Clover for a moment and rubbed his chin thoughtfully.
Well, I guess I believe you.
Clover nodded.
All right, let me ask you another question.
He stuck his hands into his pockets and took a few steps. Then he stopped and turned to face them again.
Santa's real name is Aoi Kurashiki.
Yeah.
He's Akane's brother. You know that?
We got now.
No, I didn't. Did you?
Well, yes. I know Aoi Kurashiki was her brother.
Right, I was there.
Yeah, I know the
But I
name.
didn't know he was Santa. At least not from the beginning. 9 years ago, he was in the middle of puberty. His voice is entirely different now.
I guess that's valid.
I'm ashamed to say that even my exceptional hearing wasn't able to
Thanks,
make
bud.
that connection.
Yes.
As such, I had no reason to think Santa was Aoi.
When did you figure it out?
Clover told me that Santa might have been one of the subjects of the initial experiment. It was only a short while ago, while we were leaving the library. When she told me that, I had a feeling.
Santa is Aoi, Akane Kurashiki, June's brother?
Junpei's off in his own little world over here. That spark caught flame in Junpei's leaden mind and the fog began to clear. This was literally all he was seeing.
Yeah.
Like an engine beginning to turn, images and thoughts began to coalesce in his mind, coming faster and faster, forming bigger images, bigger thoughts. It's really hard to read text against that white.
Yeah.
Junpei blinked. He was back.
There's still a lot we
Damn,
don't
I didn't
know.
want to be here.
Like a lot. But there is one thing I think we can say we know.
What's that?
The body we found in the shower room. It had to be Nijisaki. Dressed
Okay,
up to
wow,
look
we're
like
jumping
Santa.
all the way
Well,
back over
yeah,
there. Yeah.
Yes, that's super valid.
What?
Come on, man. What kind of detective are you? You didn't figure that out already?
Yeah.
Hey,
It's
go
very
easy,
obvious.
man. I just got my memory.
He didn't
back,
remember he
right?
was a detective.
He's
That's
in
fair.
slack.
But how did everyone else not figure that
Well,
out?
if he is,
Come on,
the
Snake.
three murders make sense then, don't they? Yeah, that's right. Murder. Kubota blew himself up, but that was murder too. So why did these murders take place?
If Junpei is correct, and the body in the shower room was Nijisaki's, that means all of the people who were murdered were involved with the creation of the Nonary Project.
Yes, Snake. Thank you.
Yeah.
Kubota, the person who conducted the actual experiments. Nijisaki, Hongo's assistant. Musashido, the man who financed the project.
You mean this was all just revenge? Santa is Zero. He's getting revenge for the death of his sister. That's why he killed them.
No, I don't think Santa actually murdered anyone.
Right, he just set it up so Ace killed everyone. Well, no, but the captain was dead.
Yeah, the captain's the only one.
So Santa maybe did kill the captain.
In fact, Junpei didn't think he knew.
Oh, well, I guess Santa was
Wait.
here? Well, no, that guy had been
I
dead
think
a
Ace
while
did
ago.
kill the captain.
N-
No, he
no,
didn't.
we walked in and
Yeah,
the
he was
room
dead.
He was dead there already.
How did he die then? He died somehow.
I don't know. Santa
Junpei
probably
will
killed
explain
him.
it.
Yeah.
He couldn't explain why or how, but he had no doubt that Santa had killed no one.
Okay. Maybe June killed the captain then.
Perhaps the madness of the last several hours was finally driving him insane, but Junpei had ceased to be surprised at his sudden knowledge and had even begun to accept it.
If I'm
Okay.
right, then it's not hard to figure out who the next victim's gonna be, is it? I'm pretty sure I don't have to tell you.
Yes.
Yep.
Right.
And honestly, we should maybe just let it
The
happen.
next target will be Gintaro Hongo.
Yep.
The person who planned the Nonary project.
In other words, Ace.
Yeah, and honestly, we're all kind of chill with it. There's a moment of silence.
Yeah.
Oh, uh-oh. And then the room shook. From far away, they heard the sudden rush of water.
What the hell's going on here?
It must be 6 a.m. Our time is up.
Shit!
Come on, we need to get out of here.
How?
I mean, if it's actually sinking, I thought we were on the, in the warehouse and not on a boat or something, but...
Hi, it's Daryl.
It's Daryl Hall.
Oh, there's the key card.
Oh, good.
I was like, where's the key card?
I'm betting this sucker opens the exit. Come on,
I hope
let's
so.
go.
Otherwise, we're fucked.
Yeah. Alright, we're
I think
leaving.
you've got. Oh my god.
It's got a 0.
Got 0. God damn it. Quick.
We're running.
Nope.
Ah,
That's,
I'm lost.
that's the door.
Hooray.
Oh, okay. We did have one more. Junpei, look. It's unlocked. Yeah, now we can go back to the library. Great.
Hurry up, we don't have time. Let's go.
Hang on, babe. Babe.
Ah,
Last time.
final time. You found it. I found
You
it.
did. You finded it. Oh,
Aw.
we did it. The door opened. They stumbled into the library.
I think the shaking stopped.
It would seem
Thank
so,
God the books are
but we are
safe.
yet to be out of danger.
You're right. Let's hurry.
Let's look at all the books again.
Yeah.
They might have changed.
Time to read all the books.
This exit needs the Uranus card too.
Straight for the large metal door. Next to the door was the Uranus card reader.
Hey, Junpei.
Yeah, I know.
Shit, I lost it.
Boo.
I set the key card through and the door rumbled open.
All right, it's open. Let's go.
Out of the library and into the hallway they ran.
Over the river and through the woods. To Grandmother's house we ran.
At the end of the hallway was a door. Junpei reached into his pocket to pull out the key as he ran towards it, being efficient.
Okay, Neptune key. Let's see if you work.
It's an inanimate object.
I think it unlocked.
The lock clicked. As one, they shoved the door open and poured through it like a liquid.
Like,
Oh, good. Here we are.
great.
It was another great metal door. Above it was a metal plaque.
Yeah, the other way to get here didn't have a puzzle.
Yeah, they didn't have to solve an escape route.
Yeah.
They just got to come. Man,
Incinerator.
didn't Ace and Lotus, didn't they pick that way last time? They really got shafted.
Yeah.
This is the first time I've seen it from this side, but yeah, I think so.
To be fair, I think we did have to
Then
do a
there ought
bunch
to
of
be a
shit
lever
before we
near
could
the
follow them,
door.
so they had to kill
Yeah,
some time.
right here.
Junpei ran up to it.
Pull that and the door should open.
Got it.
Why are we running into the incinerator?
Because that's where the 9 door is.
Oh.
Unfortunately for you, the 9 door is on the other side of this. The motor in the door groaned as it slowly ground open. There's no time to waste.
Let's go.
As soon as the door had opened far enough to admit them, all 4 dashed through. Then suddenly, there before them were the 4 who they'd parted from earlier.
Behold.
Ace and Lotus stood in front of the number 9 door. Oh shit. Santa was curled into a ball against the wall of the incinerator holding his stomach.
Good job.
And then there was June. She sat slumped against the wall, exhausted.
What the hell is going on?
Junpei ran toward June. He skidded to a stop in front of her and knelt down.
What's wrong? Are you okay?
Hey girl, how's it going?
I don't exist yet.
Her face was pale and her lips dry.
I don't know how I'm here.
When she spoke, he could barely hear her.
Jumpy, you came to get me.
I'm also responsible for this fucked up weird game, probably.
Of course I did. I made a promise.
I'm so glad you're here.
Does she love you?
So glad.
I mean, that's good and all. She put me in the murder game without consent. I didn't love that.
Why does she have a hair flower?
You're right, she does have a hair flower. They forgot to color it.
She mumbled the same words over and over weakly. Junpei could feel his heart breaking.
What happened to you?
I'm fine.
She's Apollo?
Yeah,
I just
Apollo
fainted.
Justice?
I wasn't feeling very good.
Death
Right.
does that to someone.
A lot better now, though.
Sure.
I'm home.
sure.
The incinerator.
Yep.
I just need to rest a little longer. I'm sure I'll be fine.
Just had to get into the
You shouldn't
incinerator.
worry about me.
She was looking towards Santa. Junpei turned to look as well.
He's
Santa.
dead.
Santa grimaced, his face contorted in pain.
We haven't looked at Ace,
Seven grabbed him by the collar and roared at him.
who the
Hey, where is it?
real
Where's
villain.
the gun?
No, I'm guessing someone else has the gun. Despite himself, a grunt of pain escaped Santa's lips as Seven shook him.
Don't have it. I got sucker punched and they took the gun.
Wow.
What? Who took it?
What? Isn't that obvious?
Are you
I
stupid?
took the gun.
Oh no. Oh, well, here
Right,
we are
let's
again.
Reuse this fucking sprite.
He did indeed have the revolver in his hand. It was pressed against Lotus's temple. Yeah, we don't have a motive for Snake to go ape shit this time, so...
Right.
Ace had her pinned to him with the other arm and she was shaking visibly.
Great.
Her fiery attitude was gone, replaced by fear.
None of us noticed this for a solid 2 minutes.
I know, we were all worried about everybody else.
He's just like, all right, don't worry.
I'll wait.
I'll wait.
She didn't dare speak. There was sweat on her forehead, and when her eyes weren't flicking up to the gun pressed against her, they seemed to desperately want to say something.
Just what the hell do you think you're doing, Ace? Or maybe I ought to say Gentaro Hongo, CEO of Cradle Pharmaceuticals.
Haha.
Get him. Poor Ace.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they were a little off. Seven's deep baritone rumble shook the walls. Ace sneered.
You have me at a disadvantage, and I don't like that.
I don't remember you because I can't see faces.
You know me, but I don't know you. Do you have any idea how much I've suffered? Can you even begin to understand my pain?
He's so in pain. And then I look over at Snake and be like, I don't know, Snake, can you begin to understand his pain?
No.
Being
Don't-
fully blind when this guy's blind to like 0.1% of reality.
The pain of prosopagnosia, right?
Oh, get him. Jubei's voice was casual. Or at least it was trying to be.
Another irritating insect. And how do you know that?
Good question.
Jubei couldn't say. He just knew.
Right. Another mystery.
Another unexplainable mystery.
Great, yeah.
No matter. If you don't want to answer, it makes no difference to me.
Luckily,
This is
he
a waste
doesn't
of
care.
time anyway. It's time for me to go.
Right.
Behind Ace, Jubei could see the red. It was placed in the small indentation on the wall.
Oh, I guess there is a submarine out of here, so it doesn't make
That's
sense
true.
if we're in a warehouse, unless we're on a dock. Like, we could be...
In the desert.
For some reason, I had the inkling that we were not actually on a boat.
But they showed a boat at the beginning.
Yeah, I know that. That's bullshit.
There was a picture of a boat.
Right, there was a picture of a boat, and we keep seeing maps of a boat.
And also, you woke up in a room with a porthole that
we didn't
started
look through.
Exploded. Well,
Right.
you couldn't look through
Right,
it.
it
And then
was,
it
like,
exploded
misted
and water
over.
started pouring in.
Yes, so all that's like, oh yeah, you're on a boat or whatever. Why would the first thing that struck me as weird, why would a porthole of like a residential area of a cruise liner be underwater level?
Because I think the boat had already started sinking, because some parts were already underwater, remember?
But the bottom level didn't have any water in it.
They drew a helpful map at some point.
They're like,
yes,
oh,
we both agreed it was bullshit,
yeah,
but
the
that's what
bottom
they were
level
going
was
for.
like sealed off or whatever. Oh yeah, and then they drew the map of like, oh yeah, only
This
the
part's
middle
flooded.
row has water in it. I'm like, okay, so this seems like we're in a facility that is designed for that to happen.
But now there's a submarine.
But there is a submarine, so we probably have to be on a dock, or the submarine's... It doesn't make sense for the submarine at this point to be bullshit. Like, that's another step of bullshit to happen. So maybe we're on a dock or something.
Quickly, Ace placed his hand on the scanner.
First is 1. Give me your hand.
It beeped and he forced Lotus's hand onto it as well.
Right.
8. And with this,
Then at last he reached into the pocket of his jacket, he pulled something out and pressed it against the panel. The third asterisk appeared on the red.
Oh my god, he has the 9 bracelet.
The thing he'd used for the final verification was the bracelet with the number 9.
The ninth man. Kubota's bracelet.
Yeah, did you know that equals 9?
Yeah?
Just checking.
It equals 9.
I believe I've won this game.
The smirk made Junpei's blood boil.
I've had quite a time playing with you. I must thank Zero, I suppose.
Wait, what? Ace doesn't know who Zero is.
Math is hard. I agree. No, I'm with you. Math is hard.
Yeah.
I was grateful. I used that digital root calculator shamelessly. Junpei's eyes flicked with Jenna. He hadn't moved since they'd entered the room. Santa was still holding his stomach and groaning as if in immense pain.
Didn't he reveal he was Zero earlier? Or, oh no, we figured
No,
that
no,
out.
he figured it out. He did not say
Which-
anything.
Yeah. It was dubious how we figured it out.
Yeah.
But we're saying that we're running with it.
Jimmy wasn't sure if it was real pain, but he wasn't sure it wasn't either.
What the hell are you planning, Santa?
Did we just have like an earthquake or something?
No. I think I just moved my legs.
Oh,
are you
okay.
are you looking at the monitor shaking?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's because this table's really unstable.
Oh, okay.
At any rate, this game ends now.
It's just me moving.
Oh,
Sorry.
okay. No, you're good.
I can stop.
No, that's fine.
And the rest of you will have a slightly less pleasant ending.
Great.
I suggest you enjoy your final moments.
Thanks,
Goodbye.
bud. Bye.
Great.
Love you. Ace, of course, paid no heed to Seven's request and laid hold of the lever on the red.
How can he be holding Lotus and the gun and be pulling the lever? I'm just gonna point that out. That doesn't make any
He
sense.
has 3 hands, actually. The sickening sense of finality, he pulled it.
I mean, I blame Lotus for not, doing something in that moment. His attention fully, he has to look at the lever. That's your moment.
What? Why isn't it opening?
It didn't work.
What? But didn't he do
One
this
more
before?
time.
No, nobody got out through the door.
No, the submarine's on the other side.
No, that's a different door.
That's a different door?
That's a different door.
Oh.
The last time we were in here, Snake ganked his ass in the incinerator. Nobody got out.
No, but there was a different...
There was a different door where the submarine is. It was behind another door.
Was that a different 9 door? But that's the door we went through.
There wasn't a number on it for some reason. It's just a metal
How
door.
did we get to the submarine?
It was behind one of the doors with keys.
Oh.
But then they were like unlocked for some reason, and then that was when everybody was murdered, and then June died in that room for some reason.
Right.
It's not a 9 door.
Okay, so that's just a red herring
That was
then.
yes.
Because that wouldn't lead anywhere. Because again, I'm assuming the submarine doesn't go anywhere. And also your thing would still blow up or whatever, right? Does the bomb blow up if you run out of time, or is it just the boat's gonna sink?
I think it's just the boat sinks.
Quote. Okay.
You die from drowning.
So you wouldn't be able to take the thing off. But I guess you'd get rid of the bomb eventually.
Yeah, you'd shit it out eventually. So
Okay.
you just have a cool accessory for the rest of your life.
Right. But it tells me that that's not actually a way out. You probably can't escape through the submarine because of the rules of the game.
Nobody got to try.
Yeah, I guess.
We'll never know.
Right, we were dead before it
Lotus
happened.
tried to take advantage of Ace's confusion and managed to twist herself out of his grasp, but shit.
Wow.
At the last second, he grabbed hold of her wrist and shoved it onto the red.
Now open!
He waved the number 9 bracelet over the red and then his own bracelet as well. He pulled the lever a second time. No.
No! What is this? Why? That digital route should be 9! It has to be 9!
That's not actually Clover. Or that's not actually Lotus, you fool. We swapped outfits. And now-
Nobody else could have those titties.
Yeah. It's like, but I can't see titties.
Then why? Why isn't it
I think
opening?
he can see titties. Oh no, you broke it!
You fool. That's not a 9. It's a G with the bottom part cut off. It's a
They
backwards
just forgot to
P.
paint it. Ace's fury and confusion had overridden all of their thoughts.
It's a Q.
He had set down the revolver. It was just below the red.
He put the gun down?
Well, he needed all his hands.
Now!
Seven chose that moment to act. We really thought he was getting out.
Okay.
He moved far faster than a man of his bulk should have been able to, and he launched that bulk straight at Ace.
Great. His head hits the back of the door, neck snapping instantly.
Oh my god.
Maybe? That'd be awesome.
Hopefully Lotus is fine.
I
It's
hope
over
he's dead.
before they knew it.
Ooh,
In the blink of an eye, Ace was on the floor.
it's not dead.
He cried. He rolled out onto his side, groaning in pain.
Well, you can shoot this guy a few times, right?
Who wants the honor?
Like, there's no reason to keep this guy alive. You know, in this circumstance, he's purely a liability. Not to consult the idea of murdering a man, but if he was put before a jury, he would be found guilty.
I mean, yes.
So, I mean, given the circumstances,
Lotus ran straight for Junpei. She darted around behind him and stuck her head out, making sure to keep Junpei between herself and Ace. Good woman.
Rude.
Put the men in the middle.
That was close. Too close. Thank you, Seven.
Don't mention it.
Seven stood over Ace, his breathing slow and heavy.
Now kick him in the head.
I was gonna say kick him a few times.
Yeah, kick him in the head.
Just one punch ain't enough for this piece of shit.
Good. Pick up the gun.
After what he did 9 years ago, I ought to rip him to pieces.
All valid.
But if a suspect can't talk, they ain't much good.
Okay.
Talk about what? Everyone else is dead.
Yeah, everyone else involved.
I guess
in
maybe
this?
not the 10 people that made the game.
Oh.
The 10 trifecta.
Sure.
That's not a trifecta.
I guess
Trifecta's only 3. I was just looking for an alliteration.
I guess that's true.
Once he's locked up in a cell, we're gonna have a little chat.
Okay.
9 years ago?
I figured it out.
Then you must be...
Yeah, you finally figured it out, dumbass.
You must have been that mystery fat man up in the rafters.
Who took all of my children?
He took my children.
Ace plants his hands on the floor and shook his head. Junpei walked toward him, slowly and dramatically. He stopped and looked down at Ace with pity on his face.
With pity?
Yeah, J-Dog, get it together.
Kick this man in his face and body.
Ace,
Repeatedly.
Yeah.
You killed Kubota, Nijisaki.
Oh,
and
he did kill him.
Musashido, didn't you?
Well, he did.
I was gonna say, I'm pretty sure he did confess to that at some point.
To killing the captain?
Yes. I for some reason remember that.
How could he have done
Well,
that?
Junpei's gonna fucking
Wait.
tell us.
Nijisaki?
He peered at Junpei, genuinely confused.
Oh, right. You don't know yet. All right. We'll just go through them in order then. Let's start off with Kubota. You talked to Kubota and managed to convince him to go into door 5 alone. You killed him without
You told
making
me
it
that,
look
actually.
like you killed him. The way I figure it, you had 4 motives.
Jesus
1,
Christ, that's way too many.
in the nonary game, the
Yep.
number 9 is dangerous.
So you wanted that.
Whoever had the
Great.
9 bracelet could join whatever team they wanted. Adding 9 to any number doesn't change the digital route.
Great, thanks. Oh, we're gonna go through
Which
it.
means
Etc.
number 9
And
could do
etc.
Whatever they wanted. You wanted to remove that threat as soon as possible. 2. You wanted the number 9 bracelet for yourself so that you could make use of its power. In fact, you did use it in the murder of Nijisaki. 3. Even if his number hadn't been 9, Kubota was a problem. He knew your past. He
He's
knew
just
what had
also
happened 9
sucked,
years
kind of.
before.
Yeah.
You needed to silence him before he told anyone. 4. But last, and perhaps the most disturbing, you used Kubota as a test. You wanted to know how serious this nonary game was. Was it truly life or death, or simply a harmless prank? You convinced him to break the rules so you could see what would happen. That was why you killed Kubota. But he was only the first. Next was Nijisaki. While everyone was off looking for the missing parts for the Reds, you ran into Nijisaki near the big hospital room. However, because
It
of
is
your
kind of
present
hilarious to
technology,
me that
you
he
didn't
uses
realize
all
he
of
was
this information
Nijisaki.
from a different timeline and is just like, I'm gonna spit out
Yeah.
all this information.
Okay.
Don't ask me how I know all of this.
Yeah. So like, I guess he's getting this information from himself in another timeline. I assume.
Chiefly because, when you met him, he was dressed like Snake.
Because no one in this room knows all this information. Other
Except
than
for Ace.
well,
he doesn't know
Ace
this
didn't
part.
even know this part. So like, maybe
I
Santa
suppose,
knew
yeah,
this?
Zero would know this information because Zero was the one that set this up.
Right.
That was why you thought Nijisaki was Snake.
No, that's not...
No,
That was
my bud.
Nijisaki? Why? How did...
I'll get to that. Anyway, you thought he was Snake. Snake was one of the kids in your experiment 9 years ago. You remembered him because he was the blind kid, but his presence made you think. Snake was one of my subjects 9 years ago. He
Oh, we did
probably
drop a
hates
few
me.
frames. I think it's
okay.
okay now.
I think we're good.
But if that's true,
Sorry.
why isn't he
This
saying
is going to
anything?
keep happening.
Is he
We. Oh.
The game audio just.
Oh
cut out.
no. What happened? No. Wait, hold on. Hold on. I think I might know what happened. Give me a minute. No, never mind. My suspicion was incorrect.
Yeah, it looks like it's not playing through the.
Yeah, it's not. Hold on. Sorry, we broke our
technical
audio.
difficulties. One
Can we just
moment.
save and
Yes.
and reboot the game.
Menu.
I thought I might have disconnected and
Save.
tried to reconnect my headphones again, but
Finish
that's not what happened.
Turn the title screen.
I think this has happened before.
Okay, so do we want to...
Let's just maybe fully get out of it, yeah.
Okay.
Then try and reboot it. Hope that
Alright.
works. Man, we can't have a normal...
This
yes,
one?
that one. Normal fucking stream, can we? Hang on. Wait. Okay, well, that's great, but hold on. There she is. Alright.
Alright, we're back.
Nothing
Snake
happened.
was one of my subjects 9 years ago. He probably hates me.
What's this like weird semi-southern
This
accent?
is him
you're putting on?
imitating Ace, I think.
Snake was one of my subjects.
This is what Ace
9
sounds
years
like
ago.
to him.
He probably hates me. Yeah, that's what it sounds like,
Yeah.
for sure.
But if that's true, why isn't he saying anything? Is he keeping quiet because he can't see? Or perhaps he's working with Zero to get revenge on
He's
me.
blind, not
Whatever
mute.
the reason, anyone who knows my past is a threat. Before he tries anything, I need to get rid of him. That was when you decided you had to kill him.
Right.
The
murder
fact
weapon
that
is Kubota's
how much
bracelet.
Zero was able to outmaneuver Ace is insane to
It's
me.
very silly.
You just waved it over the red. Verify
'Cause
your
you know
own
they
number,
gave,
then grab Nijisaki's arm
what's
and
his name,
forced it over
Kubota the
snake
9 bracelet
hand.
on purpose.
Yeah.
Then, when the door opened, you kicked him in. 9 seconds later, the door closed.
Damn, rough.
And then 81 seconds passed. And poor Nijisaki was dead.
I wouldn't say poor Nijisaki. The guy was
He was a
complicit.
bad dude.
Yeah.
And you mean to say Snake is still alive?
Hi, asshole.
He's right here.
Sorry to disappoint you, but I'm as good as new.
Oh
Thank you for
no!
killing the wrong man. But I can't say I like knowing that you wanted me dead. Although, to be honest, even if you hadn't tried to kill me, I would still hate you very much.
I mean, he tried to kill you earlier.
Well, I wouldn't blame you.
Ace's self-derision was frustrating.
Okay.
But Jubi kept his emotions in check and continued.
Last but not least, let's talk about Musashido's death. When Clover and I were investigating the chart room,
Because I think he said this.
Do you remember what you said?
Oh, a pocket watch. Might I take a look at it?
He went in before you.
And you left the room.
Okay.
You had been in charge of the Nonary project. Of course you would have known the solution to every puzzle.
Okay.
Which would mean that you also knew how to get out
That's
of
why
the
he
wheelhouse.
takes it from you.
All you had to
Right.
do was place the watch in the indentation on the door.
Because I was
to
gonna,
unlock.
that's what I was gonna say. I was like, I'm pretty sure he gets in that room before you.
Got you.
And
okay.
then kills him, relocks
Open,
it,
you could enter the
and comes
captain's
back.
quarters.
Right.
Because he left you and
Musashido
Clover
was there.
hanging out.
Conveniently placed next to him was an axe that practically begged you to kill him with it. You picked up that axe and buried
Respect
the
the
blade
game.
deep in the other man's chest.
Was he just unconscious or something?
Probably. He was probably also drugged like the other guy was.
One blow was
Okay.
all it took. And then you returned to the chart room as if nothing had happened.
There was something I wanted to speak with you about, Junpei. Could you come with me for a moment?
How would he know that that's Musashido?
Cool question.
He would be in a captain's outfit. He'd also be
Maybe.
older.
Well, and
So-
also he can't see faces.
In addition to his inability to see faces, did he just have a name tag?
Yeah,
that
he had a
says,
name
"Hi,
tag on
I'm
him.
Musashido.
Hi,
Like,
this is Musashido.
how on earth would he have known that that was him? He just went to a room, went, an old fat man.
That man.
And killed him without asking a question?
The audio just broke again.
God damn it. This game's a little buggy.
Hang on. I'm gonna move my AirPods away, just in case that's what it's doing.
Okay.
Here, wait, let me check again. Just to make sure, because sometimes my PC does that. It's just like, oh, your AirPods are right here. Let me just... Nope, it's the game.
Yeah.
Okay. She's acting up a little bit.
Alright.
I don't think she wants us to finish. But yeah, sometimes my PC will just decide it feels like connecting to my AirPods even when they're in the case and not doing anything. Which I think is weird and funny. All right, we're back. Why does this keep
When
happening?
we stepped inside, remember how you slipped your hand
How
into
could
my
we
vest?
forget?
Yeah, like a weirdo.
You pulled out a piece of paper, the one I used to cheat during the vote. But that wasn't really what you were after. Your true purpose had been to slip the watch into my pocket. It wasn't a very good plan. Had way too many holes.
I don't even
and someone saying the
remember
wrong
him
thing
doing
could have
that.
brought it all down around you.
Neither do I.
You must have been desperate. But what made you willing to risk it all to do it?
Why
Ace,
did he do that?
Musashido's murder is the only one I don't understand. You obviously
Oh, okay,
did it,
maybe he'll say it.
but why?
Because of this.
Slowly, Ace reached down and pulled something out of his pocket. It was a folded piece that he did have a name tag!
Just read it.
Jubei took it and opened
Let's
it.
see.
This is what it said.
Number 1. There are 2 ways you might survive this ordeal. The first is to win the nonary game. The second is for you to confess your sins of 9 years past. I have prepared a camera in the captain's quarters. The images captured by that camera will be streamed through a satellite and distributed across the world. Simply look into the camera and repent.
I think give him a
Once you've
shot.
confessed everything, I will release you from this ship. To make your confession more credible, I have left you a witness in the captain's quarters.
Okay.
Perhaps he will confess with you. The decision
okay.
is yours.
Okay.
Do as you
That's how he
please.
knew.
Okay.
0.
So he probably had that from the start.
When
Yes.
I awoke
Yeah.
in that room on
Yeah.
D-Deck,
Yeah.
I found that in my pocket. That was why I chose door 1 when we voted. If I went through that door, I knew I could get to the captain's quarters. As you said, I knew how to enter the wheelhouse. My plan was to find the pocket watch before anyone else. If I could, then my alibi would be set. At least, that was the plan. Unfortunately for me, you got to it first. That sleight of hand was the best I could manage on short
But
notice.
we knew that you
You meant
took
to
it.
kill him from the beginning then?
So, like, I don't understand why that was
I only
necessary.
knew Musashido was the witness after I reached the captain's quarters. I asked him, and he
Oh,
answered.
Oh, he was
Seemed
there.
groggy. Perhaps he had only just awoken from sedation.
Who the hell are you?
Suppose Nijisaki was in much the same state. He seemed confused and disoriented when I encountered him. But yes, you are correct. I intended to kill him from the beginning, even though I didn't know who he was. I proceeded to the captain's quarters in order to remove this so-called witness.
You're a cool dude. Ace had confessed everything. What energy he had left him with the truth, and he sagged on his knees. Although he confessed, his sins were not forgiven. Jubei felt revulsion for the pathetic man on the floor near his feet and kicked him a few times.
Several times.
No.
But among the revulsion, there shouldn't be a hint of pity.
After all, Ace had not been the only person who murdered those 3 men. Jubei spoke quietly.
Ace, you figured it out, haven't you? You were being manipulated.
Like
Yes,
a bitch.
so it would seem. I was little more than a puppet, in many ways.
I mean, you had a choice not to kill that last
You had
guy.
a choice not to
and
kill all
all
of
of
these
them.
guys. You were given a gun by guys like, I think this guy's gonna kill some people if I give him a gun. And then you do? I would not say that the person who gives you the gun manipulated you into killing those people. Putting you in a situation where you could kill people that you wanted to kill is not manipulation. that is giving you an option.
Everywhere I went, everything was already prepared. The Reds in the large hospital room were dismantled. Nijisaki was dressed like Snake. There was an axe in the captain's quarters.
Oh no!
Musashido was delirious from the anesthetic, so he couldn't fight back. Nijisaki as well. In retrospect.
But let's not talk about the
can't
9th man, because
understand
I did that one.
falling
I
for
did
such
do
a
that.
simple trap.
Yeah, I mean, like, I don't know whether you're thinking that, like, oh, this is like entrapment. And it's like,
I don't
no,
think this is entrapment.
No, entrapment doesn't count if you like, all right,
Entrapment
guy,
means you have no
here's
choice
an
but
axe.
to commit a crime.
Look at that guy over there. He can't fight back. Do what you want. And then he just goes and murders
not
the dude.
entrapment.
That's not entrapment.
We're lawyers. Source, we're lawyers.
Yes. This was a trap. It was Zero's trap. And I fell for it, hook, line, and sinker. I did everything he wanted me to do.
I mean, sure, he predicted what you would do in this situation.
Yeah.
That's just...
By
Yeah.
manipulating you, Zero was able to kill 3 people and keep the blood off his own hands. All of this was revenge for what happened 9 years ago. That's why this nonary game happened. Am I right, Santa?
Oh, shit. Junpei looked over at Santa. As Junpei spoke, he stood up, his legs still shaky.
Huh? What the hell are you talking about? I don't know any...
Ain't no point trying to play dumb anymore, Santa. Actually, I guess I should call you Aoi Kurashiki, huh?
Seven's face was sad as he spoke.
My memory came back to me, kid. You're Aoi Kurashiki. No doubt about it. Never thought I'd be back in this room talking to you.
Yeah, this is kind of creepy.
But hey, I guess this was all part of your plan, right? After all, the person who planned the nonary game this time around was Zero. And Zero's you.
Looks like you really do have your memories back, huh?
Santa's smile was sarcastic and something else.
Well, I guess there's no point in hiding it then, huh? Yeah, you got me. I'm Aoi Kurashiki. I was one of the kids in the nonary game 9 years ago. I made it out. So did Snake over there. But there's one thing... No, I guess there's 2 things you got wrong. Number 1, I ain't Zero.
Yeah, she is. We already knew this.
Wait, what? Sure, I was helping Zero out, but I'm really more of an assistant, like a secretary.
Again, you don't know that her person number is 0 at this point. You still think it's 9.
Well, again, someone made the leap that was like, oh no, that bracelet, that was an O, and that means it's 6. And I'm like, no, it makes way more sense for it to be a 0. And that indicates that she's 0. And they're like, no, you don't understand. That's an O, okay, and that means it's a 6, and she's a 9.
Listen, we all kind of think the
down is
bracelet number
backwards,
thing
okay?
is bullshit.
And it's like, no, she's obviously 0 from the bracelet being 0, indicating 6.
Even the wiki says her bracelet number's likely 0.
It's obviously 0, and they're like, no, shush, we're figuring it out. It's like, no, it's like they show you it, obviously, immediately. They try to gaslight you out of it, and now they're gonna be like, no, just kidding, it was 0 wrong. Like, what the fuck? No.
But an assistant's only an assistant. I didn't come up with all this. All I did was follow Zero's orders.
Then, if you're not Zero,
But that's the
who
twist
is?
they worked so hard for.
Yeah, I
Calm
guess.
down there, Junpei. Didn't I say 2 things?
I still
You made
like
one more mistake. Junpei, you just
You
said
like how they said, oh,
Oh
the
no, I
bracelet's
think the
an
bracelets
O?
are dumb.
Okay.
all of this was revenge for what happened 9 years ago. That's why this nonary game happened. But that's not it. Revenge isn't the only purpose. There's another reason you guys are playing the nonary game. To save someone.
Save someone?
Right. You were brought here to help my sister, to save Akane.
What the hell are you talking about? Akane Kurashiki died 9 years ago in this room. I was there. I saw...
Suddenly Seven froze. His eyes went as wide as dinner plates and he spun around toward June. Junpei followed his gaze. Oh shit. She was gone. Where June had been, there was nothing.
Again, I have a huge issue with all of this. Like, it doesn't make any sense. Like, I know they're being cheeky with time travel nonsense, but no one should remember her being dead. She either is dead, or she isn't. And you can't be like, but we used time travel to go back in time and save her. Well, in that case, everyone should remember her being saved.
What the hell? Where is she? Where's Akane Kurashiki?
Then began to mumble to himself, a strange series of words strung together as if his mind wasn't functioning properly.
9 plot holes.
Yeah, 9 plot holes. His face was twisted with effort as though he were struggling with something they couldn't see.
And that was the other thing, like, I talked to her about this last night, but the thing that bothered me the most about this is this game almost could be a great use of the bootstrap paradox. If the whole time, everyone who thought Akane was dead was mistaken. Like, they were like, oh, like, are you sure she was dead? And he could have gone, well, no, I guess I didn't see it.
That's what, honestly, that's what I thought.
And then they go into the room, and there's no corpse, there's nothing in there, and they're just like, shit. Well, I assume she's dead.
That's what I thought happened this whole time. I forgot there was a body.
There's fully a body. And it's like, if everything was strung together in such a way, where everyone involved, except for Santa, because Santa would have to be in on it, everyone thought that she was dead, and she escaped somehow with Santa. But then she has a thing, and she talks to Santa, and she's like, okay, but see, here's an issue. And I got a vision from somebody who's clearly a future version of my preschool friend, which is an insane thing to happen right now. And he's the one who saved me through telepathy or whatever's going to happen in a second or whatever nonsense. We have to then make sure that the circumstances that lead to that event happen so that I don't paradox myself out of existence. That's a great plot for a game. It's a paradox because you're being given directives by a future person to then recreate that thing in the future, but that's how a lot of bootstrap paradoxes work in media. I think it's actually a compelling story of, like, I have to complete the loop or else who knows what'll happen, but it's likely I'll stop existing. This game goes it completely the other way, which bothers me with how much the author or the writers or whatever are obsessed with pseudoscience and other nonsense. It bothers me how badly and how weirdly they go at this, like, bootstrap paradox where they're saying she's been dead the whole time, except here she is right here, and sometimes she's got a fever, and I'm like, how is she here? It doesn't make any sense. She shouldn't be here. Anyway, that upset me a little bit. Just because I feel like this storyline could almost be good, and this fundamentally obvious glaring issue is distracting me from really appreciating a lot of the overall crafting of the, like, twist that this is. You know, this is supposed to be the big twist of the game that they've been alluding to all game, except it doesn't make any goddamn sense. Ganondorf has been Zelda all along. It's like, no, that doesn't make any fucking sense. So I'm like, that's why I'm throwing issue at this in particular.
I really, for some reason, when I was remembering this game, thought that there wasn't a body, and that was the angle that they went for, where everyone's like, yeah,
great.
She's dead. She was in an incinerator.
Yeah, she went in the incinerator turned on, and she died.
So I don't remember what happens past it.
But we have every witness to the event verifying that she's dead. Santa said she died in his little backstory where he's like, oh yeah, my sister, I was her personal Santa, and then she died or whatever. Like, okay, so he thinks she's dead. Seven said it in 2 different timelines. I think someone else also said that she was dead. And I'm like, well, they're very clearly saying that, and then a confirmed Saw corpse. Like, that was the nail of the coffin for him. Like, all right, maybe they're gonna go at it of this. When he started, the audio cut out again. But I was like, oh, maybe they're gonna go at it.
We're ranting too hard.
Yeah, kind of an angle of, oh no, but maybe Seven's gonna confirm. We all just kind of assumed that she was dead. I kind of held out hope a little bit because we weren't there until it's like, and there it was, Akane's body. Well, who's this right in front of us? Did she fabricate herself out of ectoplasm and then, unfortunately that's temporary. Now she's not even a clone, confirmed, because she fucking disappeared on us in the middle of this, which she did in another timeline. But I was kind of like, oh, maybe she ran away. She literally vanished because of timeline issues.
I will say, I don't think, just to play devil's advocate on that one, I don't think you closed the door when you came in.
What? Are we saying that she got up and ran away?
I don't know.
Because if we are, we all would have heard it on the
clang,
metal
clang,
floor. Clang. Yeah, the pang, pang, pang.
I'm not super confident in this group's powers of observation because they didn't notice Ace had the gun.
You're right, honestly. You are correct.
I'm gonna give this group a low perception score.
So, theoretically, she could have stood up and ran away just now. Maybe she did.
What the hell? Where is
the perception skills have been terrible in this room. Like, yeah, I think it has a negative. I think you have disadvantage in this room.
That's valid. All the stuff I said before, though, still very much.
Everyone thought in Junpei being a badass going after Ace. They were riveted.
And I assume, and in the other timeline, she did disappear because I did not complete the loop correctly, and I assume therefore she paradoxed herself out of existence.
Potentially.
That is likely what happened in that timeline. And that's why I went, ah! And I freaked out, and I think I died of a brain aneurysm or something. I don't remember how I actually died in that route.
No, you didn't die.
Was that
you
when
got,
I went
you
over
got
and
gassed.
Oh,
They
right.
gassed you again.
Right. I got gassed and knocked unconscious or whatever.
I don't think you find out what happens to you on that route.
Right. Do you ever? I mean, it
No,
doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
But
Let me get a mumble. Yeah, he's struggling.
Train car, 47.
He's having a struggle.
Yeah.
He gritted his teeth and pressed his hands against the sides of his head.
Oh, my head. My head, it feels like it's gonna pop.
So if at this point they start saying, you know, it's like, oh, she's been alive the whole time. We barely rescued her or whatever, or she got away or disappeared.
Oh,
now,
God damn it. Give me the mouse.
Now if people, what happened? Now if people were suddenly just like, ah, shit, you know, now I remember her being dead all along, then it's like, oh, that could be kind of fun.
7! What the hell is going on?
I don't know. I just... Oh, I swear to God, my head feels like it's about to explode.
Cool.
From somewhere far away, they all heard a deep, heavy noise. It sounded like a tremendous wheel slowly beginning to turn.
Oh, so did she run out of the room and she's closing the door on us and turn the furnace on? Okay.
Santa seemed to have entered an almost trance-like state. His words were calm and measured.
What was the Nonary Project? I'm sure you know already, but I'll tell you one more time.
Oh
It was a
God, here we
project
go.
designed to test a particular phenomenon. And what was that phenomenon? For two organisms to communicate with one another in the absence of physical contact. The morphogenetic field theory. Could human beings use these invisible fields to exchange information?
And could they use it to do it through time? Something that hasn't been discussed in this game at all, I don't think. I don't think time travel has been at all discussed in this game.
Segway, hi!
Hi!
You made it just in time.
You made it just in time to miss my rant.
We've only had 2 rants so far. Don't worry, I'm sure it's gonna happen again. The phenomenon was mass quantities of exposition.
Yeah, like, if at any point during this game they talked about the idea of parallel realities or time travel, this would kind of be okay.
That was what this experiment was conducted to determine. There were 2 separate locations. One was the gigantic, and the other was a building in Nevada called Building Q.
Yeah.
The 9 children trapped in Building Q were faced with numerous puzzles, copies of identical ones in the gigantic.
Right.
They were told to send
Sound
their
like a
answers
question.
into the morphic field set and transmit them to their brothers and sisters in the gigantic.
The morphic field set? What?
That sounds cool.
The transmitters were put in Building Q, and the receivers were put on the gigantic. Each sibling pair was supposed to be split up, but...
Yeah.
But there was a mistake. Akane was a transmitter.
Oh, so she was a transmitter.
What? Oh, what? Okay.
She should have been in Building Q. However, for some reason, she was placed on the gigantic with the receivers, like me.
Were you guys aware of what this nonsense designation was? Were you told?
Maybe they were told... Maybe.
Why was she the one that was dragged into the furnace then? She had no chance of succeeding if she was a transmitter. This
well,
is
I'm not
very
sure that
silly.
he knew that.
Oh, but he couldn't tell it was her. Because he couldn't see
yeah,
faces.
he couldn't see faces. It could have been anybody.
It was a random child.
Perhaps she was mistaken for someone who was supposed to be in Group A.
I guess.
Whatever the case, Akane ended up on the gigantic.
Probably shouldn't have put the guy who can't say faces in charge of sorting the children.
Children!
I think I've told you enough. You get it, don't you?
Fully,
Which
I don't.
part?
I'm pretty sure you know where this is going, Junpei.
Sure.
Where what is going?
Don't
No.
play dumb. You know
what?
things you shouldn't. Things you couldn't. How did you know Ace had prosopagnosia?
I guess.
How did you know why Ace wanted to kill Kubota and how Nichisaki was killed?
I guess
Were you
again.
surprised when you found out Ace was Hongo? And what
You
about
don't
the
know me.
coffin Snake was trapped in? How the hell did you open it?
Well, that's...
The answer to that's easy. He knew because I knew. Junpei was receiving information that I sent to him through the morphic field set. It's simple, really. How do I know the alternate futures, then? Imagine a river that splits into, like, an upside-down Y. Don't worry, I'll show it to you. You don't have to imagine it.
Okay.
The river flows from the top to the bottom from a single stream into 2 branches. It only flows in one direction. It can never flow backward.
Except when it does, which is what we're about to do.
Oh no, that sounds horrible, Sarah. That's no fun at all. I would have left.
Oh god.
At least the food was good. That's a plus. It moves from the past to the future, but never flows backward.
Except when it does.
That's why people at the river's source in the past will never know about those downstream in the future. Except when they do.
Except when they do.
But the people downstream will never know about one another either. Information only flows along the path of the river. But I'm different. I can manipulate the morphic field set to pluck knowledge from the future.
What?
I know what happens on either. I thought that said fuck. Fork of the river.
Okay.
Even though the people on either fork know nothing about one another. Now, who am I? I am I, the 9th letter of the alphabet.
Great.
But I am also 0.
What? Why is I significant here?
I don't remember. Just being a fuck.
Because it's the 9th letter
Yeah,
of the
9.
alphabet? Great.
It's 9. No, that's not true. I'm not really 0. Not yet. Perhaps you could say I am less than 0. 0 is my future. In 9 years, I will be 0.
Oh, it
It's not gonna let you change it now. Where'd she go? Oh, this is Junpei.
Yeah, June. No, Kane. Where'd you go?
Santa!
Why's Clover? Oh shit.
Freeze.
Oh, guess you got the gun back.
Great. Santa's got the gun. Guess you picked it up when we were watching.
Damn, we suck in this room.
Looks like you turned the tails on Ace though. Wonder what he likes. Wonder how he
Yeah,
likes.
I was wondering if they were gonna do something. You can't recreate this on any system other than the DS. It's so impactful to have 2 screens here.
Was there something on the other screen?
I believe there was something on the other screen. Yeah.
Oh.
I think so. I don't remember when it shows up.
Get up.
Was it supposed to show like young?
Does anyone,
Young
can someone tell me
June?
what it was? Because again, I haven't played the DS version since like my first time. And also that's the last time I played this game. Segway will tell us. Segway knows what's good. Oh, look at that beautiful art though. It's really hard to describe. I know it for all the shit I'm giving the writing, the design of this game, once you get to this part, is masterful.
Okay. Sure isn't about to take that gun off him for a minute, is he?
I'll have to show him a video later.
This isn't putting up any kind of fight. I mean, I don't think I would either, but he just looks drained. Guess he's going for the door, huh? Doesn't need to verify to go through that door, but...
Hey, what's your plan, Santa? What are you doing?
Can you not? Can't get through any numbered doors with just 2 people. What the hell is he thinking? Oh, that's you,
Didn't I
sorry.
tell you? I'm Santa Claus. It's time for me to go make a wish come true.
That's it? That's all he's gonna give us? The hell does that even mean? Shit, they're out.
Yeah, essentially novel mode, if you will, was on one screen, and adventure mode was on the other screen.
Okay.
Which is significant in a way that I'll explain a little bit later.
Okay. And now the gate's shut. Looks like the rest of us are stuck in here. They're all looking at me. At least Seven's headache is
That's
gone.
right,
He
thank
seems to be
you.
alright. Well, there's no harm in trying. So the door still opens.
Damn. Well, it looks like this door isn't opening anytime soon.
So do they just take out the novel portion for this then? Maybe.
So...
Was there actually content?
Now I'm even more confused.
You're meant to be at this point.
Okay.
You mean we're trapped?
So it would seem.
What the hell is Santa trying to do?
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh, what?
Have you considered where we are? There can really only
Have
be
you
one
even
thing
thought
Santa
about-
would do now.
Yeah.
No, you can't be serious.
Oh, but he is. Shit.
Yeah,
we gotta
you're
do
gonna be
something.
thoroughly confused for a bit, but it will make sense.
The internal monologue feels like it's in a different tone of voice.
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe we can still get out through door 9. But there's the red. Yeah, alright, we can do this. I've just gotta... No, it's not gonna work. There's no way. 5 of us can't open this door.
Shit.
Great.
We needed Ace. He took Ace from us.
Can I borrow your pen and notebook?
Hang on, we gotta write it all out.
Sure, why not? I'm not gonna need them. Ever again.
After we burn.
Well, she certainly looks purposeful. This is weird. She's writing equations, a lot of them. Huh? Aw, man, she doesn't look very happy. What? Hey, no need to be ripping out pages like that. Jeez.
What the hell are you doing, Clover? Give me that!
Alright, at least 7 got away from her. Maybe we could look at what she was writing. Let's see.
Oh no. Uh-oh. There's only one.
Right.
What? And there's no other way?
Oh no.
Looks like she'd figured it out, though. Man, it's just too
It's
cruel.
okay. Go.
Lotus.
You're gonna leave
What,
Ocho.
you know we can't do that.
Not Ocho.
Don't give me that. I'm sure you'd love to get rid of me.
God damn it, you idiot!
Oh, they've been fighting the whole time.
Oh, where the hell did that come from? Looks like she expected that about as much as I did.
If you're not... Look, it'd be bad, alright?
For Cop, he sure doesn't have much confidence.
Yeah. If there weren't assholes like you around, I'd be out of a
Why
job.
is she a criminal?
Yeah.
Look, I'm just not leaving you behind, alright? End of story.
7.
They became besties.
I'm not leaving you either.
Me too.
You didn't honestly think I'd abandon you, did you?
You're all idiots.
Ah.
Get. Act as tough as you want, Lois. We can see what you're about. You can see you're about to cry.
That being said, however, I doubt we would be able to open the door anyway, even if we were to leave Lotus behind.
Huh? Why?
I trust you remember what happened to Ace?
Yeah.
It didn't
I couldn't
work.
Didn't work.
see exactly what happened.
He's blind.
I was able to guess what he was attempting to do earlier at the Red.
Oh, yeah.
It didn't fucking work.
No! What is this? Why? The digital route should be 9! It has to be 9! Then why? Why isn't it opening?
Because for him, for his
Just to
game,
see.
it was.
Why don't we give it a shot?
Right.
It worked. They were able to send some kids
Give it a
through.
shot.
Right.
Yes, that is what I said.
We'll test it.
Right.
Might as well. Maybe it was just because it was his brain.
Right. You could just have everyone try and see what happens.
You were right.
It ain't opening.
But it did open
That was
9
weird.
years ago.
Yeah.
The digital route was 9.
It quickly
sure.
flashed the...
You think maybe they changed the settings?
Perhaps.
Lame?
Shit. Can't get through the door, we can't get out. Well, why don't we all try anyway? There's no way hell we'd get to the whole 7 popped out 9 years ago. All we can do is stand here and stare at the door with 9 on it. Guess this is it. This is the end. Or, all of us could try. Akane vision.
I was watching. I'd watched everything that was reflected in his eyes. I was listening. Every sound that vibrated in his eardrums, I heard. Smell, taste, touch.
So was this on another screen
Hmm.
while...
I think so.
At
I
the
think
same-
this
like,
swapped to the other
simultaneously?
screen, yeah.
Or like... So were these two like playing through at the same time?
I don't think so. I think this cut in afterwards, but I think this was on the other screen.
Okay.
I think this is the top screen. I don't remember. Like, I'd have to play the game again, but
Okay.
I felt everything he felt. I knew. I knew everything about him. What he was thinking, what he was feeling, what he was sensing. All of his feelings and worries and fears became mine. My mind, my consciousness was inside of him.
Weird.
Through the morphic field set, we were resonant, and we were as one.
Okay.
Hot.
All right.
I was him, and at the same time, I was an observer. It started with a tremendous noise like a clap of thunder. That was approximately 9 hours ago. A bomb had gone off on the ship we were on.
Okay.
That was when my resonance with him began. My resonant event melted into him and we became one, inside of Junpei. Now I found myself in Junpei's mind 9 years in the future.
Okay.
But I didn't lose myself. I was living in 2 realities at once, like an awesome chick.
Okay.
One was the present and the other was the future. Perhaps you can think of it as 2 movies showing on the same screen at the same time.
This is really, really weird.
It is.
Like, I don't know what the point of any of this is from a writing standpoint.
Like what part? What?
Like
how it's being displayed, or
no,
the
like
premise?
the premise.
Oh.
The idea that she's like, oh yes, I fully experienced multiple timelines at the same time, 9 years in the future of this kid I resonated with. I'm like, why is that relevant at all?
Yeah, so the novel screen the whole time, you noticed that it felt different.
Yes, like it felt like the internal monologue was not Junpei's monologue.
It's because it wasn't.
Right, it was obviously.
It was hers.
Yeah, no, I got that. But it was... That's not been the case the entire time. Like, your internal monologue has felt like it is Junpei's internal voice. That right there felt like a shift.
I think that has been her the whole time.
Is that how it's supposed to be? Because it's been a sassy bitch the whole time. And
she's a sassy bitch.
Well, no. Just recently, the tone of voice shifted. Like, just when we snapped back into this, the tone of voice was not using his, like, diction.
Well, that's his diction.
What do you mean?
Like, this is supposed to be her diction.
Sure. What I mean is the internal monologue previously in the game was still using the way he talked.
Oh,
often.
yeah. I think
like that's my issue with this premise, is it's not like what he's been saying out loud and the novel mode's description of things. It's not like those have been completely different.
bitch.
Like there has been a considerable amount of sass and dialogue and diction that was used that was, I think, substantially similar to the way that he talks out loud. While just in that recent snap of us, going through the incinerator, that felt different. Specifically, that particular part felt different compared to the rest of the internal monologue he's had throughout the entire game. So maybe that's a choice they made to make it like more obvious.
I think they tried to make it very obvious there.
In the last second, but I feel like it's a little bit of cheating to say, oh, it's been him all along, when your internal monologue has sounded like your external monologue in at least several notable parts that I can remember. Wait, the inner monologue in Incineroar is actually Junpei's inner voice?
Yes. That part. The text in that box is that nobody was saying out loud. That's his inner monologue.
Okay. So that's supposed to be his inner monologue, while all the stuff that sounds like the stuff he says externally, but internally is supposed to be her inner monologue?
I mean, that
doesn't make any sense.
There have been times where I feel like he's gone on weird internal monologue diatribes that were weird.
Are you talking about when he's like terrible at math?
The narration we've been hearing up until then is Akane observing.
Okay. I mean, a lot of it's dumb jokes he's saying to himself. Like, he'll say them externally.
His internal him talking. That's of course him.
No, of course. But there has been several times where you've, cracked jokes to yourself.
I think that's her.
Okay.
I think that's her.
Okay. That just seems silly.
Shh.
It is. It's very silly because there's been.
It's so obvious that I don't remember this game.
I feel like there should have been more, but now you're saying that the stuff that felt very different was supposed to be Junpei's internal monologue. I don't like that at all.
That stuff there.
Like not this.
No, not this. This is her. The stuff that was in those boxes. That's Junpei. That, when it swapped us to adventure with no decision, that was Junpei.
So every time I examine something...
Oh, there's still Junpei? Okay, never mind.
Okay.
She can hear him. But all of, the novel stuff, all of her talking, that's, all of, the description and shit like that, that's all been her.
But it hasn't been... I mean... Unless I'm missing, certain parts of the novel portion substantially, they have been describing the obvious, or it's been when I click objects, and he'll have his own, internal thoughts.
Well, no, that's him.
That's him?
That's him.
Then she's a narrator who describes the obvious? I mean, what a twist.
Yeah,
I don't know,
remember how
what?
all of the comparison descriptions for things, especially horrifying things, were somehow kind of childish, like spaghetti?
Okay.
That was her.
Where she just, compares everything to food?
Yeah, that was her. Because she's like 9
Okay.
or whatever.
I guess. Okay.
Yeah, all the stuff when you're like examining objects and everything, that's obviously him too.
That's him.
Yeah.
Okay.
All of the like
But
description.
it's during cutscenes.
All of like
when
the
there's
description.
descriptors
Yeah.
that are not dialogue
Mhm.
is supposed to be her.
Mm-hmm.
That's a really weird line to draw. When he has a whole lot of internal monologue that's not during cutscenes. That is him.
Yeah, it's because you're not dealing with her all the time. Which is why everyone tells you to play it on novel mode.
Right, no, I get that. It just seems like it's a weird line to draw.
Yeah,
It's
that's
sometimes the
segue. That's
internal
exactly what I was gonna say. It really does work, but it takes you like a while. Like this time, I started to notice it a little bit more because I knew what I was looking for.
Okay.
In terms of like, I'm like, oh, that's her. Mostly like the descriptors of things and stuff like
Right.
that. I'm like, that's a child.
But it's not while you're actively looking at things.
No,
that's still
that's
him, 'cause
still
that's when
you.
all the jokes were.
Yes.
It's specifically
Like all of the
during
narration
cutscenes.
like this.
It's only during cutscenes.
Mhm.
And it's only when it's the non-spoken parts of dialogue
Mhm.
is what she's been saying.
It took a few days to sort it all out.
Okay. So we're saying that he just doesn't have an internal monologue during cutscenes?
And that's why I feel like, yes, bingo.
That's a weird line to draw, but all right, I guess.
Now, Segue, you have to remind me, on the DS, I feel like it's laid out better, isn't it? Like, where all of the narration is on one screen. Is that true or is that not true? Because I vaguely remember that being the case, but I also don't remember. It's clearer. Like,
Okay.
this game was done a disservice by being ported away from the DS because when there's the split screen, you can tell who's talking.
Okay.
And it's a lot easier to kind of understand this twist.
So is the vibe supposed to be like all the, non-novel
I think it's
stuff
like,
is
yeah.
still happening, and then the little bits
And then there's
of
narration on the
narration
bottom.
is happening on the bottom, separate, and it doesn't include all the
It does have
dialogue
research.
mixed in.
I played the DS version originally. I actually own it.
Okay.
Maybe I'll go boot it up after this.
It's like, alright, I mean...
See if I have any saves. But like, yeah, that's... When it's on two screens, I feel like it's more impactful because you
Okay.
can see who's who. But
Right.
it's tough when they had to port it to something that only has one screen and you can't really...
Okay.
I mean, you could have divided this screen in half, but that doesn't really work. Like...
Right.
So I knew coming into this that I was like, oh, I bought it like forever ago, Segway. Like I've owned this probably since close to when it came out.
I mean, they could have had like a top box where the narration happens,
Yeah,
and then just do novel mode normally.
To be honest, I wonder who ported
Or-
this, and I wonder
or
if they didn't
eventually.
realize the importance of it.
I guess.
But
Yeah, because like the text just scrolling across the screen.
it's hard to parse.
Yeah, it's like, okay.
And I knew that that was a critique of the Steam version of this game, was that it loses some of its meaning when you can't see things separated out.
Yeah, when it's just intertwined. It's just like, oh yeah, it's just somebody describing everything
hard
that's
to-
actively happening. Like,
Because I remember at the time going like, oh, that's cool, because it was showing up on two separate screens, and I was like, oh, I
Right.
get it.
okay.
However, if I concentrated, I was able to focus on one or the other. That was why I was able to grasp what was happening in front of me.
Come on, over here!
I am navigating my own escape game while also dealing with this bullshit.
Yeah.
That was my brother, Howie.
Okay.
He was
so this is
yelling.
Clearly Clover's kid.
Lotus.
Or Lotus's kid. no.
Yeah. There's one thing coming up they couldn't do at all without two screens, which is a shame, because it's clever. I know, I think I know what it is.
Okay.
But you can say it when it comes up, just in case I do actually forget. I followed him. Around me were 7 other children. They all looked like they were about my age.
Come on, hurry up!
We ran down a long, straight hallway and burst into the large hospital room. Hate that room. No, the doors! They're the same. Everyone was arguing. 2 of the boys got in a fist fight. The girl watching them began to cry. I want to go home, she cried. I want to go home. Another girl slapped the crying girl and glared down at her. It's been 2 hours since the nonary game began. We were starting to fall apart, but just when all hope seemed lost, Light started talking. He was blind. 9 years later, we would call him Snake.
Hello? Everyone? Could you come over here for a moment?
He was older than most of us, and his voice had authority. Dignity, are you
Light,
sure?
Light Yagami?
I mean, yeah. The fights died down and we gathered around him.
I have a little sister. She is very important to me. Right now, she is over in Building Q and is desperately trying to send information over to me.
Was this explained to you as part of
I
the
think
game?
that I assume it has to have.
Today is her 9th birthday.
Her real name is Clover?
I think that is her real name actually.
Oh, okay. Alright. My code name will be Clover, because I'm a 4. It's like, alright.
Yeah, conveniently. Thank God. Now I don't have to remember a fake name.
Yeah.
As he spoke, he pulled something from his pocket. In his hand were 9 4-leaf clovers.
Wow. Why do you have 9 4-leaf clovers?
Well, that was for her birthday.
9 of them?
She was turning 9. He just said
Oh,
that.
okay.
God.
I was going to give these to her as a birthday present. I was outside picking them when I was abducted.
Okay.
Also, you're
Sure,
blind.
I've already told you, but I am blind. For a man who can't see, collecting 9 of a very specific plant is, well, it is difficult.
Yeah, you have to locate it by the sound it makes.
But my
Shut
sister
up.
means a great deal to me, and I hope that this will
You're
show
so
her
mean.
how much I cared for her.
Imagine you're an owl.
Since it's her 9th birthday, I thought 9 4-leaf clovers would be appropriate.
Imagine riding a bicycle through the dark, trying to pick up a burrito with your feet from the sound it makes.
You're the worst. You're the worst.
Every one of you has a brother or a sister in Building Q.
Except for the 2 of you that are here, but we don't know that yet, I
For their
guess.
sake, we have to survive. We have to get off this ship.
She's like, wait a minute, my
Do you
brother's
understand?
here. Oh God, we're gonna
Going to do
die.
that,
Yeah.
There are 3 things you have to remember. We need trust and love, and we have to have faith in one another.
Oh my god.
If we can take all 3 of those to heart, then I promise that good luck will come our way.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is, and I didn't want to say anything, but I was gonna say it later. No,
Oh.
that's his real name. And then
Interesting.
when Junpei says, "At least we have light," when you look at one of the lanterns, it cuts to Snake really suddenly,
Oh,
and you were
okay.
really confused by that.
Right.
And I was like, "Yeah, that's why." It's 'cause
Oh,
that's
right. I
his
think I
name.
cracked a joke. It's like, oh, because he's blind. He
Yeah.
can't tell. Like, at least we have light.
Did you know that the leaves on the 4-leaf clover mean faith, trust, love, and luck? Those words are leaf words.
Leaf words.
Leaf words.
So if you believe what I've told you,
Okay.
and you understand, then I want you each to have one of these.
No, that's okay. I think this is the time for that. I do think they don't actually confirm it, until later, because he's discussed again. But eventually, he was left with only a single 4-leaf clover. He had one last thing to
Never
say.
forget, so long as you have that, we will always be connected.
So let's not do some weird
You
shit in the
understand?
future, like try and
Right.
kill each other.
It's us 4, and the rest of us don't matter.
Well, they're the ones that got out, so they are the true winners, actually.
Yeah.
We were calm.
Oh, right, because he came in, there was like 4 kids in there.
Well,
Oh,
there was.
that
I
was
think
weird.
they were all in there, and then they sent ahead some of them, and only 1,
Right.
2, 3, 4 were left.
Right.
And because someone was like, "Where the fuck did the rest of them go?" And
Right.
Snake said, or Santa said, "We sent them on ahead."
Got
So
it.
they got the door open.
Right.
After that, we ran around the ship for a while longer and opened several of the numbered doors until we finally found a door with the number 9 on it.
Okay.
Winning. In fact, there were 2 doors with 9 on them, and we found them in the chapel.
And for some reason, they had a coffin with a keypad on it. I don't know why the system was set up that way.
It was just aesthetic, you know. They were just trying to scare us.
I guess. Did we have Snake in here
Well,
as
I
well?
believe that Akane knew. She knew the Titanic lore, so they were like, "Oh, that's the mummy."
Right. So we put a keypad on it though.
Yeah. We split into 2 groups and we walked through the doors. Luckily for me, I didn't go through the bullshit library door and I went through the cool door.
Right.
That just lets me walk there. The Before long, we all found ourselves in a room with a ceiling that looked like an upside-down funnel.
Okay.
For some reason, this room had another number 9, but this time it was the only one. But if there was only one door, that meant only 5 people could escape.
Uh-huh.
What are we gonna do? There aren't any other doors.
We began to panic. Then, as if things had not gotten bad enough already, the fucking incinerator turned on.
Right, right.
Warning. Warning. Emergency incineration command has been acknowledged.
I love to imagine that Ace was like standing around a corner, just like waiting.
I don't think there ever should be a time to have an emergency
Yeah, what is
incineration.
an emergency incineration
Yeah,
command?
when would you need to have an incineration in an emergency?
I mean, this place is huge.
Also, an 18-minute warning is not an emergency.
No.
Also, why do the doors automatically close when the incineration command is given?
Yeah, I hope no one was stuck in there.
Yeah.
What? What's happening? What did that thing say? That didn't sound good.
Well, we need to get rid of the bloodstained clothes.
Of course.
Like an Ace Attorney.
It's gonna burn.
I mean, yeah, an Ace Attorney really could have used an automatic incineration command.
I mean, yeah, I guess that's true.
No! Help me!
Abject terror filled the room as everyone began to scream and cry.
I'm glad the kids know incineration means.
Every pair of eyes was filled with despair. Then, hey, it's up. And the wall door opened and a man appeared. He was a huge, frightening mountain of a man and as large as a bear, and we actually just ran.
Great.
9 years later, we would call him 7.
Don't worry, kids. I'm not your enemy. I'm one of the good guys. I'm a detective. I'm here to rescue you.
The rest happened just like 7 said it did.
Okay.
4 of us who had stayed behind were saved by 7. We crawled through the vent, away from the incinerator, and slid down into the hall.
Okay.
We came out on the other side of door 9.
I don't get how locking 4 kids in the incinerator, you know, again, all 9 and then 5 of them leave, 4 left, is supposed to test telepathy. How is,
I don't know, man. I think he was just tired at that point.
how are they supposed to send
Well,
you a solution?
they almost got out, and he couldn't let them escape, so he decided to turn on the incinerator.
Yeah. What? How are they supposed to be sending you the solution to puzzles if you're in a room without a solution?
Well, on the wall opposite the door was a set of double doors.
Okay.
Wait. We went through those and began to run up the spiral stairs. As we ran, I led the way, because I'm awesome.
Great.
Behind me were Nona, my brother Aoi, Snake, and 7. The other children, the ones who'd gone through door 9 before us, were up ahead. I could hear them cheering each other on. We ran and ran and ran. We leapt across as many stairs as we could and kept running. The stairs spiraled upward like a tornado. Eventually, I pulled ahead of the rest, because I'm awesome and faster than a grown man. Perhaps Nona had slowed them down. What a dumb bitch. I didn't want to lose them, so I slowed down as well. I didn't stop, but I glanced over my shoulder from time to time to see if they'd caught up. That was when I realized.
No, where is it? Did I drop Jumpy's present?
I knew I'd had it with me when we passed through the vent.
This girl died because she went back for something in a life-threatening situation? Man, she kinda deserved it. Not gonna lie. What a dumb child.
Then had I dropped it as we slid out?
Oh my god.
Oh no! I had to go back. I had to.
You are kidding me. You're kidding me with this. I thought it would be the sort of thing where she was grabbed and no one noticed. I'd be like, yeah, that's fine.
I honestly wish that was the case, but I knew I couldn't tell the others.
Wow.
They would stop me. I was sure of it.
You're right.
And they should have.
And they should have. This is stupid.
It's a present from her boyfriend. I didn't stop to think. I simply moved.
You got a present from a kid in preschool.
They were boyfriend and girlfriend.
You could go and, if you really cared, you could go find them on social media or something.
Well, this was back then.
I don't
they
know.
Were still in school
Look
together.
them up in the phone book. Oh my god.
I ran to the central hall of the room that connected to all the other areas of the ship. I hid in the shadows, and moments later I felt a rush of wind as they ran past me up the staircase.
Wow.
I waited until they were out of sight, and then I ran.
Wow.
I moved as quietly as I could, down and down and down. Finally, I reached the bottom deck. I ran into the hallway and looked around frantically.
There it is!
It was just where I thought it would be, sitting under the opening of the vent. I ran over and snatched it from the floor, but as I ran back towards the stairs in freedom... No!
He's like, wow, one of these kids came back? What an idiot.
The door to the incinerator opened and a man stepped out. It was Hongo. Gentaro Hongo. 9 years later, we would call him Ace.
Ah,
Just so you know.
how wonderful to see you decided to come back.
Oh my god.
Look what you did, Droopy.
All of this was caused because Akane is real stupid.
You know,
Like,
I can't defend this one.
staggeringly dumb.
She's just, sentimental.
Man, she's supposedly the mastermind of everything that happened. She grew a lot.
It was a treasured present.
She grew a lot from making one of the worst decisions you could possibly make at the
Well,
time.
you know, it's at our lowest moments that we find that we need to grow.
Yeah, I guess.
His smile made my blood run cold. It looked mechanical, as if someone had simply pulled up the corners of his mouth.
Come
Right.
with me. We
That's a
must
good
continue
description.
the experiment.
No.
Right.
I shook my head, eyes wide. Slowly, I began to walk backwards.
Right, not even good at running away.
1 step, 2 steps, 3 steps. Then I spun around and broke into a run. But I am a child. I
Right.
felt Hongo's hand close over my left wrist.
I said, come with me.
There was an edge of insanity to his voice now.
Right.
I pulled as hard as I could.
No! Stop! Let go of me! Let go!
I shook
Right.
my body and flailed my arms, trying desperately to get Hongo to let go of me.
I should have looked in the future and seen that whatever I had to go get didn't matter
Wasn't.
at all.
But I was still only a child. I was no match for a man like Hongo.
Could have looked in the future and seen that Junpei was super horny for me, even without whatever weird idiot trinket I left behind.
It was a voodoo doll.
Alright, that's a justifiable reason to go back. Oh shit, I left a voodoo doll of my preschool friend in the incinerator. I've got to go get it so he doesn't,
He doesn't
die.
combust.
Alright. If it's a voodoo doll, 100% justified. Ugh. Oh my god. Ugh. Fuck.
Stop struggling, goddammit. Do it.
Language.
Yeah.
He heaved on my arm, trying to pull me into the incinerator, but he has to put in a lot of effort.
I mean,
even though I'm 9.
successfully launching my 20-year-old body, or 20-pound body into the,
Somebody help me!
right.
Then suddenly...
Ugh.
Is there really?
It
I
was
couldn't
his,
remember.
It was his insulin medicine. He'd die without it. If that was it, then sure. But she's acting like it's a gift, which...
I actually don't remember the reason, so tell me later, segue.
Is it something that he needed in the future to, like, do something?
Unless they say it. I forget if they say it.
They're probably gonna tell me what it is. They have to.
I hope so. But
Because otherwise this is
I also love that
insane.
she's referring to Seven and Snake in, like, her narration as Seven and Snake and not...
Yeah.
Well, I guess she never knew Seven's real name.
That's fair. She knew Snake's real
Actually,
name.
no, they didn't say it in this one, did they?
No, they said
So-
Snake's real name's Light.
Did they say that? Because
Yeah.
I don't know if they confirm it.
She just said he said my name's
It's
Light.
again something that can be inferred, but it's not explicit. Okay, well you can tell me when we get there, because I'll probably remember if you tell me. But there's so many like intricacies in this series.
It's
that I
not
don't.
the stupid little charm thing, is it? That
What
Santa
little charm
has.
thing? No, that's the clover.
Right, but there's like it's like a charm.
Oh yeah,
of
no,
a
it's
clock.
it's not that. It's not that.
Okay, because if it was, I'm like, wow.
No, he found that in the room. Like
He
that's
did?
yeah,
Okay.
that's not it.
I'm trying to think of any other object you or June has on their
It's
person.
your cell phone.
That would be funny.
It's your iPhone.
Um.
I'd go back for my iPhone. It's the only way she could. He gifted you an iPhone.
Yeah,
Think about how irresponsible he'd think you were if he lost it.
that'd be pretty funny.
I cried out, but then
You're too late, idiot.
I do love that he's calling like a 10-year-old.
Great.
Hongo threw his full weight against my arm, pulling us both into the incinerator, which, by the way, he had to do because he could not overpower a 9-year-old child.
Right.
It's a Blue Eyes White Dragon.
Right.
That's that would be valid. You gotta go get that. The force, it's a holographic Charizard.
Right. So she is not a transmitter. She just has the ability to see into the future and also communicate
And
into
also,
the future.
yes.
Yeah. So that sounds like both a receiver and a transmitter at the same
That's
time.
why when we were talking about it yesterday, I was like, I don't think those rules are as hard and fast as they lay them out to be in this game.
I also brought this up last night as well, of them bringing 9 pairs of children into a test for telepathy. I might have ranted about this last time. is a great way to test if siblings have
Yeah,
telepathy.
you can't really infer anything else from
Yeah,
that.
you can't
But
infer
as it
anything
turns
else.
out,
I also said this test with only 9 pairs.
yes, she's implied to be the rarest of things, someone who can do both.
Not only that, she can do it in the fucking future, which I feel like is much more rare. I'm just gonna assume that. That sounds insane. But the issue I also had was like, all right, 9 pairs of kids, even if one of them was shown to have telepathic, abilities and solve some problems, that's all you need in order to solve puzzles is one guy to know the answer to the puzzles.
At F9.
And then on top of that, you wouldn't be like, that means the morphogenetic field exists and we could use it to cure my face blindness. What you might have proved is this one kid has superpowers, which is exactly what she has right here. This whole experiment's so dumb. Not a knock on the game necessarily, or the writing of the game, but the fact that...
I kind of think there's a part of me that thinks it's meant to be.
The fact that 10 scientists plus 2, maybe, and Ace and the guy who put the money in didn't go, wait, this experiment's the dumbest thing I've ever
Ace
heard.
is batshit insane.
Sure, but he had 11 or 12 scientists working under him.
He created an echo chamber.
Who set this up. I mean...
Would you talk back to your CEO?
If I said, sir, this doesn't prove anything. Yes. I'd be like, sir, we have to set
I'm
up...
sure he didn't listen to
No. He would if...
What Congress?
I mean, he would
know what?
if it's like...
Fair.
Well, no, what I have... The issue here isn't that Ace didn't come up with this. I'm almost certainly. Yeah, it is implausible, because Ace didn't come up with this. He's not...
Maybe he did.
He's an ideas man, but then he turned to the scientist guys like, all right, I want you to make me an iPhone. Now, you guys figure out how to make the iPhone work. They're the guys, I'm certain, who went, all right, we have to kidnap 9 pairs of siblings to set up this weird telepathic spell.
Here's what I think happened. They were like, okay, so we'll just do it with 1. And Ace is like, how about 9? And
No, I think we have to do it with like at least 100 of them. And he's like, I can only afford 9.
Yeah, for now.
Yeah, like, he did Captain Planet did, for sure. Like, the scientificness of this, like, to test a, pseudoscientific theory is fine, but the actual testing method is so deeply unscientific and deeply unable to prove whether or not your theory is correct or not.
As fuck.
Mad scientists still are scientists. He said he gathered like 10 top men or whatever.
I don't think they said top men.
I think he said he gathered 10 scientists.
I think he just said guys. I mean, scientists, yes. But
right. So at the bare minimum,
I feel like they were
they know the scientific
and
method.
No one talked about it.
I mean, this is why they were disgraced.
Yeah.
They didn't know the scientific
method. All right,
method.
just, it's been almost 2 hours, but we're not stopping until we finish.
I know.
I literally am not letting you.
Okay, fine.
I scrambled. I don't care. You can continue to rant, but
Yeah.
we're not stopping until we finish.
Yeah.
No science, just vibes.
Oh my god.
Yeah, he just found 10 that were like, hey, this seems like a fun time. And
fuck.
And went for it.
I thought it was like there were 10 people who were willing to test the pseudoscientific theory, but then no one stopped to say, maybe this isn't a good way to test this.
The door slammed shut. They shut the door. Hongo glanced at me mechanically again, his face registering that there was an object there, but not anything he would consider a human being.
Great.
Then he turned away and walked to the red that sat next to the door. He reached into his pocket and removed 2 bracelets. He waved them both over the scanner panel. 2 asterisks appeared on the red. He checked the screen and then tossed the bracelets carelessly onto the floor.
Okay.
What was he doing? What was the point? He made no effort to explain himself, of course. He said nothing at all and walked past me as though I were nothing more than a rock by the roadside. A few moments later, cool.
Okay.
The 2 other doors slid shut as well.
I think while he let go of you to go do that scary
Maybe you
thing,
should have.
you
Maybe
could
he
have
did.
run away.
He could have risk captured you like he did with Lotus the whole time.
I mean,
I hope they were potential dark implication. Where'd he get those bracelets?
Yeah.
I hope they were spares. Yeah, me too. I think everybody else got out though.
They have to be spares
Thank
because
God.
only 16 to 18 children were kidnapped.
What if they were actually 20? Oh no!
Oh no!
Faintly, I could hear someone pounding on the door behind me. Turned around and ran towards the door with the 9.
Akane!
Great.
Akane! Are you okay?
I could hear a voice from the other side of the door. A worried, frightened voice.
Help me!
My throat was already raw, but I screamed as loud as I could. My voice echoed lonely around the empty room.
What should I do? I think I'm trapped in here.
Okay.
He went out the other door.
What? Then it started again.
Warning. Warning.
The ridiculously long time.
Command has been acknowledged. Incineration
Uh-oh.
will begin
You switched
in
back.
Okay. Junpei vision.
15 minutes. Please evacuate the incinerator immediately.
Holy shit. Oh, wait, that's you again.
Holy shit. Man, I knew what I was gonna say, but that was one hell of a creepy voice.
Having trouble reading Junpei? Me too.
But, so that is Junpei's
This is
internal
Junpei.
monologue.
Yes.
Okay.
It's starting.
Santa started the incinerator.
What a dick.
Fuck! Man, I never thought I'd hear that damn voice again after 9 years.
What the hell? What the hell? What in God's name
Poor
are you
Lotus has
talking
been out of the
about?
fucking
It's
loop.
9 years this
Yeah.
and 9 years that, and when it's not 9 years something, then you're talking about some sort of fucking experiments. You aren't making any sense.
You did a terrible job interviewing your children. I know they didn't want to talk about it
She
'cause they
said
were-
she didn't want to talk about
because
it.
they were traumatized, but like,
I know. That's why I was like, girl, you gotta talk about it.
kind of insane that you didn't do any research into how your children were kidnapped or whether the people responsible were brought to justice. Like, this would be a very easy thing to do some research on the internet about, or I don't know, talk to your local police officer.
I think it was all covered up. Wasn't it?
It was in the news.
Well,
16 people
Well,
kidnapped
they were
or
kidnapped.
whatever.
I don't think anything ever came of it.
I guess.
I'm sorry, Lotus, but we really don't have time to explain it right now.
Shut up, girl.
I promise. I'll tell you everything once we get out of here.
But
Incineration will begin.
The girl just wants to know what's going on.
17 minutes.
We got 17 minutes.
you
We
know
can
what
sit
that
down.
means, right?
Right.
Incinerate means burn.
Thanks,
What kind
Clover.
of idiot do you think I am? I know what incinerate means. Well, god damn it. Okay, fine. I won't.
I love
ask
her.
any
She's
more.
such a
Talk about
mood.
whatever you want, but you have to do something for me. 7. Figure this
Aw,
out.
besties.
What? Why me?
Just shut up and stop this thing.
Great.
How the hell?
There has to be some sort of emergency shut-off button.
Yeah, probably on
In
the
case someone gets
outside.
trapped in the
Isn't
incinerator.
anything like that.
How the hell do you know?
I'm blind.
Because I looked for it 9 years ago.
Well, I felt for it. Yeah. Do you want me to
Yeah,
read?
Lotus
Do you
isn't
want me to
happy
read the
about that.
internal
Can't
monologue?
really blame her. No, it's fine. Wait. The floor, it's moving.
Surprise! There is a puzzle in here. It just didn't show up for some reason.
What? What else can I say about
What
it?
the hell
but
is that?
is this supposed to be the thing that was burned in the center of the room, and that's why Santa started crying or whatever? Like, did he not see a corpse? He
No,
saw a
I think
weird
they saw a
computer thing?
corpse.
I think
I'm-
they saw a corpse. Again, I'm trying to like grasp straws to make this storyline work.
I think
So
they saw
far,
a
it's
corpse,
not.
but
Okay, great.
what is?
What is that?
What else could I say? The floor opened and a machine rose up out of it. It
Great.
looked like a computer. At least it kind of did.
Okay.
There was a monitor and a keyboard and a cross-shaped device of some kind. Something about the machine scared me, but I forced myself to walk up to it. I'd be scared of that too. I was terrified. This puzzles how the second group of kids was meant to not be flambéed.
Okay.
Why did it not show up, though?
I
I
don't know.
wiped them off even as more took their place and forced myself forward. Finally, I reached it. I looked at the screen. It was blank.
Okay.
All I saw was my own frightened face staring back at me from the glass, drenched in tears. Hey!
Hey. All I see on the screen is a reflection of my own face.
So I think this was on the two separate screens. Is that what
Okay.
I'm thinking of?
Yeah, are these things supposed to be split? between
Yes,
the two
they
of
were
them?
supposed to be two separate screens.
Yeah, I'm sweating like crazy. Was it like these are happening at the same time?
Yes, I think so. If I'm
Okay.
remembering correctly. Yes, so these two are happening at the same time on the two separate screens.
Okay, calm
Which
down.
is so
Everything's gonna be
cool.
Okay. Yeah. Ah, man, I wish that thing would just shut up.
Incineration will begin in
Okay.
And there was like no other way to. There's no way besides having two full
You could
screens.
literally split the screen in half.
Yeah,
It would have
they
been
could
fine.
have. But
You could've
again,
done
I don't think the people that ported this game realized the importance of it.
Yeah. Anyway, back to this thing. It's only showing up now. It's gotta be important. But then, what the hell am I supposed to do with it?
Hey, move!
Just
Great.
shoved you around.
Ah. Yeah, we're all tense later. That doesn't mean you get to shove people
Okay,
around.
it's turned on. There's nothing on the screen though. This is bad. This is really bad. If there's nothing on here, how are we supposed to do anything with it?
Thanks for explaining the obvious. Sure, I'll just push buttons. That'll... There we go.
Are you ready for the puzzle?
Hey. Well, at least it's on now. Okay. This has got little screws on it. What?
Don't worry, it's gonna get bigger.
Switch. Okay. It's on the screen,
What is
though.
this?
What's up?
It looks like some sort of puzzle.
Got a bunch of numbers and letters scattered across a 5x5 grid. Right. Okay. Numbers range from 1 to 8.
Do you think that if we solve this puzzle, the incinerator will stop?
Oh yeah, do you think?
Yeah.
But it showed
Well, we
up
can hope,
so
right?
late, or so early up here. Maybe.
Yeah, it showed up at minute 18
like-
or whatever. So, I mean,
I just
7
think
didn't get them out of there until minute 5. There's no reason the monitor
Yeah,
thing didn't
that's
show
something
up.
that never made sense to me.
Yeah.
I think it's just because they didn't want to spoil this, but
Also, the monitor thing should have showed up when
when Snake did, yeah.
when Snake got shot in the face a whole bunch. So,
to be
like,
fair, we were a little fucking preoccupied. We were like in the corner. We were
he was in the center of the
Oh,
room.
I thought
to
they
be
were, like,
fair.
over there.
He ran across the center room to fuck him up. So, I mean, we would have seen it pop up. All right, this puzzle. How do you work? Oh man, it's that goddamn voice again.
She beeping. She
Incineration
beeping.
will begin in 13 minutes.
So why did Ace scan 2 tags on the 9 door and then walk out the
I
other
think
door?
that will be explained.
Was that, could she have just gone up and tagged her bracelet and opened it up? Like,
No, but I think
Okay.
I think they'll talk about that.
okay. Shit, 13 minutes. Can I really do this? Heart feels like gonna pop.
My heart was pounding like it was about to explode.
Okay.
I stared at the puzzle on the screen. I was sure I had to solve it somehow, but I had no idea how. My connection to Jumpy had been gone for a while.
Okay.
His mind was gone. I couldn't get any more information from him.
Sorry. That's not how you were explaining this was happening, but okay. So,
I mean, she couldn't get any, like, she couldn't see what was happening with him, basically.
right. Or tell him anything. Because for a while it's been, like, split.
Yeah, it's been that. She's able to do both. So yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I saw this and I was like, that's not what this puzzle looks like in my memory. It's a 5-grid Sudoku puzzle, and you have to flip the DS over so you solve it on the top screen, meaning that you were finally doing a puzzle as Junpei.
Oh, cute. Okay.
So I was about to say, I was like, this puzzle doesn't look familiar to me, because
Okay, so-
I've never done this puzzle before.
So the idea being that when you're doing puzzles, it's her doing it and
Yes.
sending the solutions to
I
you?
think so.
But then why are all the descriptions... I think all the descriptions were kind of in his tone of voice when you were doing the puzzle solving.
Yeah, but I think she's still sending you the answer.
Okay. Alright.
I felt the seconds tick by as I stared at the screen, completely lost. My cheeks felt hot as tears poured over them. Then I heard a voice.
Hey, what are you doing?
It was muffled. I turned around. Pressed against the window in the entry door was a face, a frightening, evil face. It was Hongo. How long had he been watching me?
Don't know what to do?
He was yelling, but his voice was still muffled.
Simple, really. But I suppose I might as well tell you.
Don't worry, he's
Solve
gonna
the
help you.
puzzle on that machine.
Right.
Oh,
Okay.
that wasn't helpful. Thank you.
Sure.
His laughter was muffled by the door, but it still tore at my heart. I bit my lip and glanced at Hongo, struggling to hold back hot tears.
You're a terrible person! I hate you!
Yeah, you tell him.
Oh my. How could you call a gentleman such as myself a terrible person? That's not very nice. I'm quite fair. I don't use tricks or play dirty.
You threw me into an
I've
incinerator.
even left you a way out.
Okay.
A way out?
Seek a way out.
You've been playing as Akane this entire time. She was watching Junpei figure the puzzles out and then doing the puzzles herself based on what she received from him.
So Junpei was solving the puzzle.
Yes, but you're not doing it. Junpei was solving the puzzles, and then you were, as Akane, putting in the solutions in your timeline in the past.
What?
Yeah, it's weird.
I'm the one solving the puzzles. The player. So you're saying me, as the player, am playing Akane who's not solving the puzzles? That doesn't make any goddamn sense. From a writing perspective. If we're saying I've been playing Akane the whole time and been receiving answers to the puzzles, that's not how this has been working. I've been solving the puzzles. So if I've been playing Child Akane, that means that the game should have been telling me the solutions to all the puzzles, instead of having me figure them out like I've been doing. I have an issue with that. I don't mind the idea that Akane could have been watching me the whole time, like she's been spying on me the entire time.
I thought that was all it was.
And taking that information that I'm again playing Junpei, solving the puzzles, and then Akane could have been spying on me from the future and been like, "Oh, guys, I know how to solve this room because I'm."
Or from the past.
Yeah, spying on. I'm getting a video feed of it. Like, that makes sense.
Yeah, you're kind of playing as both of them.
It does not make sense for me to be playing as a person who does not know the solutions to the puzzles, because I'm solving the puzzles.
Didn't you hear me?
Yeah, they are happening at the same time.
All you have to do is solve that puzzle. Do that, and you can stop the incinerator.
What's the point of stopping it? You'll only capture me and make me do this.
She's being
all
real.
again.
Are we ignoring the fact that she said she saw multiple different futures at the same time simultaneously?
No, she said she saw the two. She saw the one that she's living.
But then, no, before that, she said that she had...
Oh, she said that she can.
With, like, the river split.
Yeah,
thing.
she said that she can. She didn't...
But that implies that in every other timeline but this one, she hasn't been spying on me.
She's been seeing this one. This is the correct timeline.
More to the point, in every other timeline, there's still novel mode, and there's still internal monologuing.
This is true.
That would imply that she has been watching all of them, and that's her internal monologue for all of them. This true timeline that we're in right now would be...
So I guess she is just massively, she's seeing all of them.
What? That's okay. I mean, that's not the way that this was explained at all.
She's playing like 7D chess.
I mean, if it's all simultaneous, that's a jumble of information that would be completely unparsable. Probably.
That's what she said. She said she could focus on one at a time, but...
But she said she was only seeing 2 of them.
I think that was just an example. I don't remember how that works.
Okay.
So maybe Segway gets to explain that to me too.
Yeah, like maybe in the future, she then goes through the various other timelines.
When you're choosing a path, what you're actually doing is choosing which timeline to watch.
So there were a whole bunch of movies happening at the same time. And
yeah,
she got
she's just picking
which one
yeah.
that she wanted to do. Okay. This is making less sense by the second.
I definitely also remembered this as only being her just watching the future one.
If it was a singular true timeline, like, alright, here's, again, nitpicking, but if it was weird voice only happened on this timeline, like if it was a noticeably different thing, where her descriptors were so clearly childlike or so clearly Akane just for this timeline, that makes sense. Like, I'd be like, oh, I'd buy that. This is the one where she has an influence over it. This is the one that she's seeing and all the other ones. But she said, no, I am able to see all the other ones simultaneously.
Can we get his fucking face off the screen?
No, it's pretty funny.
I don't want him to be here anymore.
I told you, I'm a fair man.
Okay.
If you solve the puzzle, the verification function of the red will in turn activate. If this experiment is to deliver valid results, there must be a chance of success. If you succeed,
very
you
nice
will
of him.
Escape.
The verification function of the red?
Then I remembered.
Okay.
Before Hongo left the room, he'd scanned 2 bracelets into the red.
Okay.
Ah, so you do remember. Right now there are 2 numbers in the red. The first is 1, and the second is 3.
My bracelet's 5. Her bracelet. Akane's bracelet's 5.
Yes, that's...
She could just run up and tag it right now.
Well, I think
Hey, Akane, what's your number?
I'm glad you know my name. I looked down at my left hand. The face on my bracelet showed a 5.
Uh-huh.
I ran to the door with the 9 on it.
Okay.
I grabbed the red and put my hand against the scanner panel.
Oh, so he turned
it
off
off
the ability for it to scan right now?
Yeah,
You
like
really
a
aren't
bastard.
one for listening, are you?
Okay.
I heard Hongo's muffled voice from across the room.
I've already told you, didn't I? Once you solve the puzzle, the verification function of the red will activate.
No.
In
Okay.
other words, if you haven't solved the puzzle, you can't enter your number. What kind of fool are you?
Okay, I'm 9.
Why are you doing this?
You could never understand. You don't
Yeah,
know
the
what
voice
it's like
actor's
to
bringing it.
spend every day surrounded by monkeys.
Because you can't
Now
see this.
start the
Right.
experiment. Solve the puzzle.
I can't! I don't know how!
Of course you don't. Isn't that the point? You understand, don't you? Access the morphogenetic field and find the solution.
I can't!
Then you'll die. You'll
Oh.
burn alive.
My brother's over there.
Right.
It's gonna be quite hot in there in a few minutes.
I mean,
I imagine it will be very painful.
Oh wait, hold on. It's gonna get good.
very good.
Good laugh. This horrible laugh echoed across the room, and even after his face disappeared from the window, I could hear it.
Incineration will begin in 10 minutes.
Great.
I was crying, great gulping sobs broken by hiccups that shook my body. I was terrified. I could feel my fear pressing down on me like a tremendous weight. Somehow I forced my shaking legs to carry me back to the device. I stared at the monitor.
I can't. I just can't. There's no way. I can't figure this out.
What was I gonna do? I didn't know. I didn't even know where to start. The fear scattered my thoughts, and all I could think of was how I was gonna die. My palms were sweaty. Mom spaghetti. My blood was boiling in my veins. Grizz and IRB.
Yeah.
It was hot. So hot. I couldn't breathe. I felt dizzy. My heart roared in my chest as if it would pound itself to pieces. Oh no.
Oh, the puzzle solving noise.
I reached into my pocket. I wrapped my hand around the thing I'd come back to get. The doll Jumpy had given me. At least I had that. I held it tight with both hands and prayed.
Help me, Jumpy. Help me. Help
Man.
me. Help me. Jumpy. 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 Please help me. Jumpy.
Oh.
Oh,
Akane?
you heard her!
Connie!
Who the hell is Akane?
You heard her across the timeline.
Lotus.
Lotus
What's
has-
going on?
Shut up! Just shut the hell up!
This is the implied. I was gonna say I thought that was the case. This is the implied reason that she needed to go back for it. That's what made her able to connect to him and give her the answers.
Oh, because he's
With
got
that,
a
she has
voodoo doll?
she has a token. She can scry on him because she has something of his.
Right,
Um,
right. She's got the voodoo doll to give her the connection.
Yeah, that doesn't rule out voodoo doll. That's why I was like, I remembered it was a doll for sure.
Okay. Okay, I think Snake may have figured it out.
He's not looking at
Doesn't
me because
matter.
he's blind.
They're in my way. Where'd she go? Maybe over here.
Don't look for her.
Akane! Can you hear me? Akane! Say something!
Fuck. Something break her connection? I swear I just heard her.
Akane!
Shit.
Answer me! Akane!
Jumpy.
I spun around. I heard a voice. His voice. But he's older. I looked around. He wasn't in the room, of course. So while it's still incredibly stupid to go back, it's not quite as insanely stupid. I guess if you know that and you know that you need it, like that's your fucking familiar, then...
I guess.
Jumpy.
I screamed as loud as I could.
Akane!
Although if she hadn't gone back for it, arguably none of this would have been necessary.
Yes. That's it. She's here.
Unless she was always destined to end up in the incinerator.
Yeah, and that means...
Akane! Akane!
Are you in an incinerator?
Yeah, are you in an incinerator right now?
Yeah, or you could just not get captured. See, I think these were on the two separate screens.
Okay.
I couldn't believe that he knew that.
Now I understand what Santa
Right.
meant.
There's
Right.
only one way to help her. You were brought here to help my sister. To save Akane.
I think I get it now.
Incineration will begin
Guys, could we, like, get on with it?
7 minutes.
Jumpy, we don't have time.
I mean, how was Santa aware that she had a mental link with Junpei?
Like, cause she told him.
Oh, right. The girl who was dead? The girl who was dead told him?
Don't.
Wow.
As quickly as I could, I told him that I had to solve the puzzle in order to stop the incinerator. That's all I had to say, really.
Got
Just
it.
those words.
No, I do. I get everything now. Do you? At least I finally understand what all this means. I know why the Nonorite game was held today.
He blue, she purple.
Yeah. I know why we're kidnapped and brought here. It was all for this moment. All this was planned out to lead to this one moment.
Got one shot.
Oh my god. This is insane. I can't believe it, but there's only one possible answer. June is, Zero is, Akane Kurashiki.
Don't picture her as a child when
Acorn Kimberly. She recreated the history of the future that she had glimpsed of 9 years ago. Okay. She tried to save herself that way 9 years ago. No, she's trying to save herself right now.
Yeah, that's more accurate.
How? How's a dead person able to do this?
Why are you
There's
so
only one
red?
thing for me to do. Even if it is all some sort of insane plan, I will save her. I will save
Acorn Kimberly. My girlfriend.
I must save her no matter what. I'm gonna do Sudoku. I mean, whatever the fuck this
Yeah,
is.
I'm upset that it's not a giant Sudoku puzzle.
I will say, you mentioned Sudoku, and I was like,
I didn't know it wasn't Sudoku.
but anyone can solve Sudoku. I played Sudoku puzzles when I was in elementary school.
Yeah, no, me too.
I wouldn't have to have somebody psychically telling me the answer to a Sudoku puzzle to solve
I think in the other one, and maybe I might be wrong, she says she doesn't know how to do, like, she doesn't know what it is.
Okay.
And so she doesn't know how to solve a Sudoku puzzle.
Right.
And Ace doesn't tell her.
Right. Okay.
So she fully just doesn't know how to do it.
Right. This puzzle clearly has no obvious solution.
Yeah, I don't know what the hell this
I was
shit
like,
is.
I have no idea what I'm supposed to be doing to get there. But hilarious if it was just like, child, solve the Sudoku puzzle. And she's like, oh, I love Sudoku.
Yeah, I love Sudoku.
She
I'll
just
do
went
it.
nuts on it. It's like, yes, I've proved the field
He's
exists.
like, no, I'm just really good at
when
Sudoku.
this, 9-year-old solved Sudoku.
6 minutes.
Ugh.
Oh god, the timelines are desynced. Are they
So
desynced?
funny.
Or did we just sit here thinking about it for a
I
minute?
guess. Absurd that I don't have 9 minutes.
Hang on, all right?
I know. Why couldn't it have been a jumble?
Ah, a word search.
I'm not gonna let you die. I promise. So don't worry, all right? Just give me a few minutes, okay?
Okay.
Yeah, the real puzzle should have just been a word on the screen and she has to type it in.
Yeah, honestly.
That's the puzzle. Which is a classic psychic puzzle, actually. What am I holding up a picture of?
Yeah.
We'll show it to somebody else.
No, we have to be engaging here.
I guess.
It was hot in the room. It felt like my heart was on fire. I love him. 6 minutes
Yeah.
or not, my heart burned with my feelings for him.
Oh my god.
I love him.
He's way
I'm
older
9.
than you. You're 9.
Well, I love him now. And also in however many years, 9 years from
You're
now.
not connecting with your older self. You're connecting with a much older man. This is
Well-
very problematic.
Well, I love him now, as in the one I know.
Right.
And also this one, because they're the same person.
Okay. Snake is talking to them about something. Whatever, it doesn't
Telling them that
matter.
we're fucking.
Get out of my way.
Hey, what are you?
Scoot over.
Okay?
Sorry, Lois, I didn't mean to snap here, but there's a lot more at stake here than your pride. And by the way, I should have the solution to this somewhere. Like, it should tell me how to solve the puzzle.
I fucking love the
I'll
song.
apologize later, alright? Now let's have a look at this thing. We got numbers all over the grid. I think the panels are out of order. So I just need to switch these out, right? Staring at it's not going to accomplish anything. I just have to try it.
Just think of what I did all those times before.
Okay.
I'm gonna do this on my own, with my own mind.
That's how they're
Solve
supposed.
this
I think that's how they clue you in that maybe you haven't been the whole time.
But, okay. But she's looking at the same screen. How do I have more information than her right now?
I don't think you do.
But then how is this? What?
You're
How's
smart.
Okay.
No, you didn't miss anything.
We did. Yeah, you didn't.
Nothing's
miss
happened.
anything.
We're doing the puzzle. Do the puzzle.
I'm more confused than I was before because it doesn't
So you
make
can
any
seek
sense.
a way out. You have to do them.
I'm
Maybe there is
seeking
another.
it.
You found it.
I'm seeking a
Okay, do the
Sudoku.
puzzle.
Okay.
It's gonna play this sad music the whole. What the fuck? I actually know nothing about this puzzle.
When I press the hint button, numbers appeared in empty spots on the grid. They're all single digits. I get the feeling the numbers change when I switch out the yellow squares. Okay.
Okay.
But the square at the bottom, why does it stay blank when I press hint?
Which one? What?
Press the button again, makes it
What's
look-
happening?
Looks like I turn it on and off. Is there something special between the meaning of the two modes? What could it mean? Is Am I the only one that sees this and she's not supposed to see this?
Maybe. I'm gonna be honest. I played the DS version. I legitimately have no idea how this puzzle works, and it's been a while since I've watched Tim or Lucas playthroughs, and I have no memory of it.
No, I think you're right in that the DS version was a Sudoku puzzle.
It was a Sudoku
right?
puzzle.
Okay.
So I was like, yes, Sudoku. I fucking love Sudoku.
Yeah, I can do Sudoku. When I flip the hint off, all of the empty slots look like the one in the bottom right. The W?
The W? This puzzle's a bit shoehorned. Great, I don't know what the hell is going on.
Oh, this.
Oh, that.
Okay.
Oh.
Does that mean they're supposed to match?
Match
Maybe
what?
I need to make all the numbers
Make
in
them all
squares
nines?
the same.
Because these are all
When I
9.
switch out yellow square, numbers that show up in the orange.
And the hint changed too.
So
So if we swap out these, the numbers are gonna change.
Okay. Numbers affected by adjacent squares. For example, when I switch out the 3 with a 5, the number increases. to
Okay.
10. Okay. At the hint, just
adds the
adds
surrounding numbers.
Okay.
So
fine.
do we need to make them all 9?
Hint displays the yes.
Oh, it's gonna keep
Answers.
doing. It's gonna keep giving you more hints.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Got it.
Digital roots, yeah. Digital
Yeah,
roots.
Okay. Fine. I'm gonna go through all the dialogue.
Get all the dialogue. I don't know what's happening.
I was in the layers before. Yeah.
Hey, what's F?
Yeah, replace them with numbers. I think you got just the puzzle up top. Just gotta make the
Okay.
the same, but what number?
Probably fucking 9 if I had to
Wait,
guess.
One square doesn't get a hit number. 9 spot at the bottom. Only the spot stays blank. Maybe the fixed number goes
Inside?
So the 9th square is a different rule. Only I knew what number goes here.
I'm gonna. Oh god,
It's
that's all you
enough.
get. I'm gonna guess we need to make everything 9.
Yeah, almost certainly.
So we could put an 8, 8 and 1.
Okay. So I should probably start with this one.
Okay, there we go.
And then.
Can you put the 1?
So I should probably mess with this a little bit. I want to make those all 2s if I can.
All of them or just those 2 6s?
I want to make these 2s so I could swap out this one to make these all 9s. Although I do have to then make this a 9 and these 2s. Can I do that? Is that in the cards for me right now?
Segway, were you timed on the Sudoku puzzle? Because I vaguely remember being timed. Was that a thing? Because I remember being timed.
Let's see. So if I just go like, I'm looking for 9. Okay, great. 7s. All right, I did it.
Also, if you don't solve this in 5 minutes, everyone dies.
Yeah, this was easy.
Was it? I totally wasn't paying attention to what you did.
There we go. I got it. I got it. This is the answer.
Oh, okay. You don't think you're timed?
Changed so much, it's getting messy. Maybe I should reset.
No, don't.
Wait a second. Everything's in the original spot. Something lines up in the bottom squares. Looks kind of like it should be
a word.
I'm getting so confused. It should be reset. Okay. You figure out a password.
It definitely says password.
Am I supposed to?
Does it have to be in order?
Oh, okay. So am I supposed to have password?
Is it supposed to say password?
Okay, so I just need to swap these all out for numbers, and then I can have password down here. Okay, so did I do it now? Now it's 2
Is it mad because it's not in fucking order?
Okay, I'll do that. Fine.
That goes. And the S.
This is stupid.
This is dumb. I'm upset. The Sudoku puzzle's a monster. I fucking love that Sudoku puzzle. God damn it, it was mad because it wasn't in order.
That's real dumb.
That's so dumb.
Okay. Sure. Please enter password. It's password.
Is it password? Is it password? Oh shit, it's not password.
Is
Wait.
it dead? Is it red?
Wait, what's the fucking password?
Password. Enter password then, yeah? Any hints? What am I supposed to put here? 9.
Is it 9? Oh my fucking god! Oh. 2 plus 4 plus 5 plus 7 plus 8.
That's it.
Yeah, now we all put our shit in.
Did you get it?
Did you get it, girl?
Yes, I did. I solved it. I mean, really, you solved it for me, but I
Yeah, credit where credit's due, bitch.
Okay.
Including all those times that you were really inefficient about solving the puzzle.
Push it.
Okay.
I will.
I don't think that took me 5 minutes.
Emergency shutdown command.
Yay! You
Right.
did it!
Hooray.
I can't believe the password is fucking 9. The hell?
So dumb.
That part wasn't in the Sudoku puzzle.
Yeah, that was...
That's a bummer, because I remember that Sudoku puzzle being really cool.
Yeah, I mean,
I love it.
I love Sudoku.
I love Sudoku.
I was kind of getting
I was
excited.
like, this is gonna take me longer than 9 minutes, or 5 minutes, but...
I was kind of getting excited about playing Sudoku.
I legitimately didn't know it wasn't Sudoku. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
It worked.
Tears rolled down my face as I cried out, "Get the hell out of the incinerator!" But they were a very different sort of tears.
Yeah.
Wonderful feeling of accomplishment and relief flooded my body.
Yay.
At the same time, what strength I had left disappeared and I collapsed to the floor.
Great. This is a Kane vision?
Yeah, this is Sakane still talking.
Okay.
For a while, I just lay there, laughing and crying and enjoying being alive. It's great. Every time I thought about him, I thought my heart would burst. I love him. He saved me.
Okay.
Now she's gone.
Can't quite believe I did that. I'm so glad, so glad. I feel like my heart's on fire.
Now is not the time to collapse.
Oh, didn't shut yours down, though. No, don't have time to be thinking about that kind of shit. I need to tell
Akane,
Connie.
sorry, but things are kind of busy over here.
Is he saying this
We're
out
gonna have
loud?
to hang up now, okay?
What?
Hang up.
Oh, of course.
Why?
I have
Why
to
not
hang
just-
up.
Why hang up at all? That doesn't make any
He
sense.
doesn't have the mental fortitude to like carry on this conversation and also do productive things. So
Okay.
Also, see you in the future. Maybe don't be an asshole.
Yeah.
I wiped the tears from my eyes and nodded vigorously, even though I knew he couldn't see me.
Yeah, hang
up! Hang up!
Apparently I'm hanging up.
Then I looked over at the corner of the floor. There were the 2 bracelets Tongo had left behind.
Okay. Did you scan and leave?
Now.
Well, Sen and Lo don't look particularly happy with me. Not a very nice look to give someone who's just saved our lives, guys.
Junpei, are you...
Okay.
Are you
Shut it.
insane?
Right, okay, maybe they have a reason to be pissed off. So what if I haven't pressed the enter key button? Alright. Push.
Wow, you took all the time to make sure your girlfriend was good.
Right. Is it 8?
It doesn't sound like it's stopping.
What the shit? Why isn't it
This
stopping?
is her last joke.
I guess. Maybe they hit the key hard.
You're
That's what we got.
expendable,
Yeah,
motherfucker.
that's not working either. Alarm's still going on. What the hell's going on? Got all the right numbers in the right boxes.
Thanks for
Perfect.
saving
Why
my
the fuck
life.
isn't this thing
You're
stopping?
dead to me.
Incineration will begin in 60 seconds.
Do you have to get out of the room, guys? Scan your bracelets.
Well, we don't make 9.
You make 8. 8's the correct answer. It just said that at the bottom.
It says +8.
Oh.
To be
love
fair.
it. Oh, okay. Yeah, just go do it. That's the numbers to show how the puzzle mean. Snake Clover, Me 7, Lotus. Then door 9. That's it. Numbers of the
Akane,
god.
no witnesses,
It's not even a
Kuroshiki.
number. It's a Q.
It is hidden, but an exit can be found. Seek a way out. Seek a door that...
Oh shit, of course. I just have to put the right number in the red.
Incineration will begin
Is it a Q? That's so dumb.
30 seconds.
Run, guys! Get to the door!
It's not her fault that you mistook it as a 9. It's obviously a lowercase q.
It's so dumb. I was joking.
I know, you said that earlier and I was like, ooh.
Make sure they trust me.
I kind of love how Junpei talks. Like,
that's how
now
I
that you're
like this
finally
show.
like seeing him.
Verify your numbers on
Yeah.
the red.
Verify? Who?
What combination?
All of us! We all need to verify!
Slam it, guys. Come on.
You really think this is a good time to ask questions? Just do it!
Hurry, 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 hurry.
Incineration will begin in 10 seconds.
Oh my god.
Right. 9. 9.
9.
6.
9.
I do, segue, I do love that. Akane, no witnesses, Kuroshiki.
Yeah,
Incinerate them all.
Central gate has been opened. Incineration system has been disabled.
Well, thank God.
Great.
Woohoo! We're free!
Hooray. Oh, thank fucking Christ.
He's such a mood.
No time to be happy. Time to go.
Hurry! We've only got 9 seconds before the door closes. Go, go, go!
Come on, guys. Move it.
Hey, you found it.
Alright, they're all through. Move it, Junpei. Just in time. Right.
Remember when a couple streams ago when you were wondering what the point of having the dead Captain 6 bracelet be an O? It was likely to get you thinking in terms of hexadecimals to be ready to figure this out. Which you didn't really have to figure out because they just told you. But yes, it is a Q.
Alright. No, don't calm down. You're not done. We still gotta figure out the dead. Except in hexadecimal, I'm pretty sure they're always uppercase.
Yeah, but in this game, they have always been presented as lowercase. In all of the paper, yes.
What?
Except for that F. The
F was
uppercase.
That's all I remember. What are you talking about?
The puzzle in the captain's quarters with all of the letters, that one, those were all lowercase.
Were they?
Yes.
Okay.
I know for sure those were lowercase.
Okay.
Also, they can't make it an uppercase Q. That doesn't look like a 9.
That's what I'm saying.
You would ruin it.
Great. Why are these still active? We already escaped.
Hey, fuck you. You never know.
Alright.
Wouldn't it be sad if you just blew up right at the end? You haven't escaped yet.
Yeah.
You're not out.
Shit.
This looks familiar.
Oh, yeah.
Glad that they wiped Seven's memory so he didn't remember that vent was there. Can you fucking imagine what an oversight that would have been?
Yeah. No, he remembered the vent was there. We actually said we couldn't reach it. It was 20 feet in the air.
No. I mean, like, when we were exploring, like, if we had gone to the crew quarters and gone out the vent.
Yes. Just like, all right, let's clamber into the incinerator together. Looks like Clover and Lowe's are totally out of energy. Snake is shaking his head weirdly. I just want to take a nap, but...
Akane! Can you hear me? Akane!
No.
Acorn Kimberly. Come on, tell her. We made it out. How good I feel. But nothing.
No, I hung up.
Apparently.
I'm busy. I'm getting out.
Boop. Great.
Freedom!
Cool.
The door opened. Standing in front of it was my brother.
Akane!
I cried his name, even though my voice was almost gone from screaming, and leapt into his arms. Ah.
Completely different pronunciation from how you just said it.
Yeah, it should be Aoi.
Yeah. Ahoy!
Akane!
Your bracelet!
It's still beeping.
I buried my face in his chest and cried again.
Yeah, is she gonna die? Like, what the hell?
She just dies
She
anyway.
Explodes? Oh, that's how she really died. Her bracelet explodes
That's
right
why
now.
they think
she
she's
didn't
dead.
scan it.
They remember an alternate time. Like, that's the new history, and then you have to go fix that one.
Yeah, Snake's like, oh, what's going on?
I cried and cried and cried.
I can't tell if she's alive or not.
The steady thump of his heart in my ear made me feel like I was home. Its beat was almost like a lullaby. I wrapped my arms around him as far as they would go and held him as tight as I could. Also, my bracelet's gonna fucking explode.
Yeah.
Just to be there felt like a miracle. I hadn't felt the warmth of another human body in what seemed like an eternity.
Okay.
I just wanted to stay there in his arms forever. But I couldn't. My fucking bracelet. The moment I passed through the door, my bracelet's begun the countdown to death. I leapt away from him and looked around. The door had already closed. I spotted the dead only a short distance away. It took me only a moment to get to and scan all the bracelets. I left the ones Hongo had dropped on the scanner panel. Can you imagine if she'd accidentally left those in there?
I mean,
you just fucking die. Gotta admit, I never noticed. Yeah, you gotta...
Never noticed.
You gotta scan, man.
Oh, yeah.
I took a deep breath and looked around again. The huge detective, who we'd call 7 in 9 years, and Snake, the blind boy, were looking at me.
You know his real name.
They seemed to have been utterly stunned by my sudden appearance. Their eyes were wide and their mouths hung open.
Unless this game ends with her saying, hey guys, we gotta make a binding pact right now that you're all gonna pretend I'm dead, okay? Just, you have to gaslight everyone you meet for the next 9 years that I'm dead, alright? This doesn't make any fucking sense, but we're just gonna go.
If we don't book it, we might run into Hongo again.
Alright.
Yeah, he's fucking coming. He somehow managed to get over here before. Aoi was right, it was time we got moving. The mention of Hongo seemed to jar 7 and Snake out of their surprise, and they nodded. We took off running up the spiraling stairs to freedom.
Time for more running.
You must later.
Yeah. But if they can get us out of here, no wonder we've been running so hard. My heart's beating so hard I can barely hear. God, I can't wait to breathe real air again. Huh? Is someone talking?
Hey, Junpei, can I ask you something?
No!
What's up?
That door, the one with the 9 on it. Why'd it open?
Yeah, all 5 of us verified our numbers on the red.
Look at this
Because it
action
wasn't
shot.
8. Because we weren't supposed to let Ace out, because he's a bastard.
Yeah. Hongo's currently dancing like a crazy person, screaming, "It worked! It worked!"
Yeah. I mean, honestly, yeah, probably.
Yeah, I feel like this changes the trajectory of his
this
life.
future,
Yeah.
where in the previous one, apparently he watched a girl get burned to death and was like, ah, shit.
Oh, well, didn't work.
Try again next time.
2 plus 4 plus 5 plus 7 plus 8 is 26. That makes our digital root 8.
But little did you know, 26 is how many letters are in the alphabet. That overrides everything.
It shouldn't have opened.
That's not like you, Lotus. I thought you would have figured
Damn,
it out
alright, no need to be fucking sassy about it.
Because you were the person who taught me about the idea of bases.
Bases?
Yeah. First base, second base,
Yeah.
third base.
Q.
Yeah. What are the
Yeah.
two numbers in base 2?
0 and 1.
How about base 10?
That goes from 0 to 9, right?
And how about base 16?
0 through F. After 9, it starts at A and goes
Yeah.
through there. B,
Just in
C,
case
D,
you didn't
etc.
figure it out.
Uh-huh.
You're right. In other words, A in base 16 is 10, and B is 11, C is 12.
Yeah,
D
thanks,
is
darling.
13,
You
and
got
so
it.
So, what about it?
We've got to explain
You don't
this.
get it? What if we keep going with that pattern? What if you go way past base 16 all the way to base 27?
Base 27.
Yeah.
That sounds like
The
some made up
numerical digits are
bullshit.
the same. So I guess you'd add alphabetical digits. E is 14, F is 15, G is 16.
F is 15.
F is 15.
Did you see that?
Oh, shit.
H is 17. I
Hang
is
on,
18.
we'll get
We're
there
just gonna
eventually.
count through the alphabet.
We'll get there.
K is 20.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
L is
We're getting there.
21, M is 22.
N is 23.
Oh
O
my
is
god.
24. P is 25.
Way to take out all of the energy.
And what comes after
And F is 15.
Q. Lowercase q specifically.
26.
that? And what does that mean?
Oh
Wasn't
my
a
god.
9 on the door.
It was a Q.
Why is it like in
Fucking
negative
lowercase
colors?
Q.
Yep, that's pretty much it. I guess to put it another way, you could say that it was a 9 in base 10, but a Q in base 27.
Shut up. That's dumb.
Time for more running.
God, my thighs are killing me. Also, it's only lowercase q in this particular font.
I suppose.
Also, it's not even because the way it was drawn, it didn't have the little bit that a lowercase q has.
Some
Normally,
people do Q's like that, I feel.
normally a lowercase q has the reverse of a G. A lowercase q is supposed to have the loopy the other direction.
Oh. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, so it's only a lowercase q in the shitty simplistic fonts that remove that. My thighs are killing me. Swear in any moment I'm gonna tear a muscle. I feel like every single cell in my body's dying for air. Damn, every
Come on.
breath I take is a chore now. I feel like my lungs are gonna burst. Maybe just a short rest. It'll take an hour.
No.
But yeah.
Like a second straight line of. Yeah, I was gonna say, I feel like mine was more of like a second, like, line on the end. Like, some people will do it like.
That's fine. Yeah, I mean, like, it gets the message across to
drew him
do
a
the
Q.
45 line at the end. It's opposed to, like, I learned, because, you know, you learn English calligraphy when you're,
Yeah.
like, in first grade or whatever, so it
Do you mean
has...
cursive.
No,
Oh.
not cursive.
Oh, like
normal, verbatim English calligraphy was something my school at least taught, where it's like, here's exactly how you're supposed to draw the letters.
Yeah.
And Q is just pretty much a reverse tail of the G, where it loops
This is the most
upwards.
diabolical creation yet, an infinite staircase.
Yeah. No, I can't stop. Don't have time. Come on, legs. There's can't be more of those steps left.
I love that we're getting to see how Junior
Run, let's
fucking
run,
talks
like
to
a
himself.
bullet down a rifled barrel.
What a lunatic.
A weird analogy to draw. Like a tornado cutting through a sea of clouds. Better. I feel like we're running along the back of a giant coiled dragon. I guess the bullet through it. No.
It's curved.
Very colorful analogies right now.
Yeah, capital cursive Q is basically 2. That's true.
Capital cursive
Yeah,
Q.
it looks like a 2. Cursive. Not
Cursive.
calligraphy.
Yeah.
That one always got me when I was learning cursive. I know that.
Is it capital? I thought capital cursive Q was a circle, and at the bottom you
No,
start
I think.
with
Well,
a
I think it's
humpy.
like no. I think it looks like a 2.
Oh, I don't remember.
I'll
cursive
look it
very
up.
much.
Keep going.
Weird.
Hang on, I spelled it wrong.
That's the one I'm aware of. The The one right there, what's got the
No,
little
I've
loopy.
definitely learned it like a 2 also.
No, the one I learned is the circle where it looks like a dude, like a stick figure's shitty haircut.
Yeah, capital cursive G is awesome.
But no, I see the one that you're.
I've definitely learned
with
it
a
differently.
2.
I feel
That's
like
insane. These are the ones I learned on the left here.
Yeah, I learned this one. Though we're looking at a picture.
Yeah. Also, that's why my signature is the G. I like the
Yeah, I was gonna
cursive
say
G
you
a
still
lot.
do that.
Yeah, I can barely breathe. No, Junpei. No time to rest. Pull yourself together. You're almost there.
That's him telling you to struggle through the rest of the game.
Thank God.
We're close.
Finally here.
We're at the top.
Sure, you look like a big heavy door, but you're the only thing standing between me and my freedom. Even more important than that, you're the only thing standing between me and Akane. Man, you're dragging this on. You're gonna open now. You found it.
You found it. Is there another one?
There should have been.
Surprise, it's me, I'm back. Felt a hand on my shoulder. It was Aoi's.
Ahoy!
He gave it a small, reassuring squeeze. I was so happy I felt like I could melt. My heart was at peace. And not only because my brother and I were back together again. Thanks to the huge detective, all 9 of us who had been kidnapped. Yay! What? That boat is sinking wildly.
Yeah.
We're finally able to escape from the gigantic.
And the other guys, they escaped from helicopter or something.
On the distant horizon, we can see the faint outline of the ship as it sank. That's not very faint. I can
That's
fucking see
that's
it.
not the distant horizon. That's close enough to still be dangerous.
Yeah, we should probably paddle. It gave a thunderous roar as it finally slipped beneath the waves. Who gave the poor blind kid the other oar?
Well, he is the oldest.
Yeah,
so-
that's true, I guess.
Yeah,
but
he is the oldest.
its last cry echoed out across the ocean, and then it was gone.
It's over.
Aoi whispered.
Yeah.
For now, it was over. It was finally over. Or was it? Was it really? No, that was wrong. That wasn't it at all. I was sure of it. This wasn't the end. It was only the beginning. This was only a prologue to what would happen in 9 years.
Right, by my hands.
Listen, sometimes you just gotta sentence a lot of people to death to save yourself.
I mean, in the
Hey,
timeline, that's good for you.
nobody
None of them
died.
die. Yeah, well, 3 people died.
Well, they don't matter.
Yeah, I hate them. Yes, finally, air. Ah, damn, the sun's bright. You can barely see anything. Oh, God, I admit, this doesn't look quite like... Wait.
No way.
Yeah, we're in Nevada. You gotta be shitting me.
It can't be.
This is...
Surprise!
Yeah. Yeah, we're in Nevada.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Once you realized the ship fucking sank, you were like, they weren't gonna buy another fucking boat.
This is the building in the Nevada desert.
It's
the mock
way out
experiment
there.
building.
I mean, honestly, for me, it was more the idea that a 3rd floor porthole would be underwater. That doesn't make any fucking sense.
Yeah, no, it doesn't.
Oh my god. This whole time we were in building Q.
How dare they tell us we were on a boat?
Oops, all Nevada.
Yeah. Oops.
Sure enough, there's a desert out there with mountains around it and shit. Hello there. There comes the sun. Doo-doo-doo-doo. Boy, I'm ever glad to see you. So wait, did any of the other kids exhibit any sort of psychic abilities? Because in that case, she's just an outlier.
We might talk about that later.
Okay. Did Snake get some thoughts from Clover or something?
We might talk about that later.
Okay, like in another game or right now?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, and
okay.
like, or we might talk about the results of this experiment, like,
Okay.
down the line again.
Okay. I don't think I've ever been so happy to see a sunrise. Huh? Did I just hear something fall?
Well, they probably did because they were able to solve the puzzle.
Or the kids can just solve puzzles.
No. That's not possible. They put all the dumb ones.
Like, that's the thing that I'm, again, running into an issue
These
with.
bracelets are, like, way too realistic.
When you put 2 kids in a symmetrical environment and say they're using psychic powers to solve the puzzles on one end and send the message, or you could just have the other kids solving the fucking puzzles.
We'll never know for sure.
I mean, like, it would have to be asymmetrical. You think that...
You think they notice the feeling of bracelets coming off before the sound of them falling to the ground?
Yeah, especially because...
A weight on your wrist.
Like, if you've ever had a watch or something that you've been having on for a long time and it comes off, your arm's cold.
Yeah.
Like, that skin underneath that's freezing.
Oh, the implication is there were maybe fewer clues on the gigantic?
I mean, you say the implication is that, but they haven't mentioned that at all. I would love for that to be the case. Because it's the
I
only
always
thing
kind of assumed that was the case.
you have to, because otherwise this is dumb as hell.
Again,
there's a lot you have to
insane.
assume with this game in
He
order
did
for it
not
to make
have
any sense.
an internal review board. He just went for it.
I guess.
Oh, you've lost watches without realizing it? Honestly, I guess if you like wear it all the time.
For me, like when like stuff that I've been wearing comes off, I'm like, ooh, that feels weird.
I mean, I've lost like heavy earrings without realizing it, but
that's fair. Let's see what's inside you. Just a little electronic chip, like an ATM card. That's it. There's nothing else. Nothing that even looks like a detonator.
You never ate bombs.
There's never any detonator to begin with.
You don't have to shit them.
Figures.
Luckily, you don't have to shit out bombs.
What, except the Ninth Man? The Ninth Man was
fuck
real?
that guy. Again, she totally outthought Ace, so...
I guess only his was real? Okay.
Heh.
Guess I must be pretty crazy about the girl if I think I'm hearing her voice in the wind.
Congratulations. Hang on, you gotta let the musical cue play out, dude.
Okay.
Respect the musical cue. Hang on, the beat's about to drop.
That's where it ends?
I think there's a post-credits scene. Yeah, the Ninth Man and Nijisaki both had bombs. Obviously.
Okay. I would assume they probably put one
There's
in
more,
Ace.
right? Yeah, there's more.
For shits and giggles, they probably put one in
would.
Ace too. I would.
Fucking love this song. Slaps. Thanks, Uchikoshi!
Well, I'm glad he chose to test it with the Ninth Man rather than
You found sand!
Santa immediately.
Yeah, logically you'd assume that Ace and the Captain probably also had bombs, just in case. I would assume that.
Sure.
I would have put a bomb in Ace just for fun.
Yeah. Oh, hell yeah.
Thanks for showing the titty. So, what'd you think?
I'm upset that no one at the end mentioned, hey, why were you freaking out before? She's been alive the whole time.
Did we get that scene?
Or anything. No, I don't think we did.
Did I miss some shit? That's true. Akane, having already seen everything, would know that he was going to test it out with the Ninth Man, so she would have had to put a bomb in him. Oh, is that what's after? Why would they show that before it showed up?
Okay. Okay, so sure, that's some bootstrap stuff, but that's the type of bootstrap paradox I don't mind. Of you see something happen in the future and you have to
and you're like, oh, I have to comply.
In order to, yeah, I must comply. Otherwise, I'll trace the
everybody
timer.
gets bombs.
So I actually don't mind her going, ooh, these people blew up. I have to make sure their bombs are real.
Okay.
Oh, come on. This is nothing.
Really?
Yeah.
You don't look okay.
It was just before the end of elementary school. Jumpy and I were sitting next to each other on a small hill, looking down at the town as the sun slowly set.
How does it look then?
He was half serious and half joking. I thought about it for a minute first.
Is that the sun?
Yeah.
What is this celestial body? I'm so confused.
I think it's the sun.
Is that the sun? In which case...
Shh, it's romance.
These the clouds? The clouds are so low. Who did this art?
It's how she remembers it.
This is
very romantic.
This is horrifying.
Well, let's see. It looks like you kissed a toad and got warts, but then they just kept growing and growing and
You look like shit.
What does that even mean?
Junpei grinned and...
See? I told you you're not okay. You're too reckless.
Wait.
I don't remember that at all, Segue.
I do feel kind of sort of like there was a time before showing the time travel. Didn't they say
got started 9 hours earlier? I don't remember that, but I would believe you if you said that.
I mean, if they did, sure. But in that case...
It would have to be the Building Q kids,
well,
right?
Well, yeah, it would have to be the Building
to make
Q
the
kids,
experiment work.
because then they send that information, and they could send that information in real time. And then those kids could receive it. So even if that one took place ahead of time, that doesn't really matter because they could have been receiving that information and been like, oh, so the solution for the third door I go through is going to be this thing. If they did imply that.
I don't remember, but I would believe you if you said it. Something in my mind's telling me that was happening.
But I didn't feel like they foreshadowed anything that said, oh, and they're sending it 9 hours into the future or whatever.
Yeah, but I couldn't just stand there. I mean, don't you think so? I had to do something.
Were they gonna eat the rabbit? What did they do?
You'll get there.
Let the Nevada desert go past. Sorry, Nevada.
Nevada.
I think it's Nevada. For an SUV, this thing's got a pretty smooth ride through sand.
Fucking desert.
Okay, sure. Sure was nice of someone to leave it for us outside the building, keys in the ignition, and gas in the tank. Sweltering hot as we get it.
Really warm, but
Almost like it was a present, you know?
they actually turned on the AC.
Anyway, we jumped in, and here we are screaming across the desert. Following the only set of tracks, certainly, in any direction. Because, I mean...
Vroom vroom.
Lowe's is over there in the passenger seat. Snake and Seven and I are all squished in the back seat here. Still can't believe we let Clover's driving?
This is so fun!
I mean, there's nothing out here for her to hit.
Alright.
This is so awesome! Driving is so great when there's nothing around. And there's
We
no
let her drive.
speed limit.
Okay.
Hey, Clover, watch those bumps, all right?
What?
This car jumps even a little, and I think I'm gonna get crushed to death.
Hey, shut it. I can't help if I'm big, all right? Suck it up.
Why don't you drive, Seven?
I'm a cop. I ain't gonna break the law.
What?
He doesn't have an international license.
Yeah, but you could have sat in
Reminder
the
that they're
passenger seat.
Japanese.
We're only assuming we're in Nevada.
I mean, yes.
Remember, they don't...
It could be worse. Snake could be driving.
I mean, that's true. No, don't worry. With his hearing, he'd be a better driver than half the people in the car.
Oh, hell no. There's no way I'm giving this seat up.
You deserve it, Queen. Passenger princess.
There's no need to slow down.
Right.
The car Santa and June are in should be somewhere down this road ahead of us.
I hope so.
Yeah, I saw some fresh tire tracks going out.
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah, no. They know.
I was gonna say, that would be lunacy if they got away.
No doubt about it.
Then we've got to hurry if we want to catch them, don't we?
Sure thing.
And kill them.
Oh, shit. God damn it, she doesn't have to drive so fast. Man, I didn't even think a car like this could go so fast. We're sure throwing up a lot of dust.
You're throwing up a lot.
I assume they killed Ace, right?
No.
Because insane that we didn't really get a resolution to that.
Hang on.
Okay.
It was a couple hours after we'd run into the junior high students. They'd been hiding in the bushes on the back of one of the hills, drenching a kitten in gasoline.
Whoa, okay.
The moment we saw what they were doing, Jumpy ran up to them furious.
Hey, what the hell are you doing?
A great question.
Then he jumped on them. Are you good?
Yeah.
We're almost done. He quickly scooped up the kitten and tossed it to me. I caught it and ran for the police station as fast as I could.
Help me! Officer, please! You have to come with me!
The policeman and I headed back to the hill. All we found was Jumpy, sprawled on the ground with a face covered in big swelling lumps.
You couldn't run away after you threw the kitty to me?
I asked him. He stuck his tongue out through the hole in his mouth where a tooth had fallen out.
Jesus.
Yeah, I guess I could've.
Then why didn't you?
I didn't want to. I wanted to beat him up. Beat him up real
Good
good.
job, kid.
Wow. Kid's dumb.
Because of what they were doing to the kitty.
Yeah, that too, but I think they were the ones behind those murders our first semester.
She didn't kill the rabbit.
God. Fucking closure to her.
No, actually the murders of 6 people.
Right. Those 8th graders, they killed everyone.
Yeah. Our whole town.
Oh my god, they're the ones who killed the rabbit.
You mean the bunnies?
Yeah, the bunnies.
They plucked some grass from the ground and tossed it into the wind.
They asked me what elementary school I was from, so I told them. And then they said they'd do the same thing to you that they did to the rabbit.
Whoa! What the hell? Oh my
He was
god.
defending her honor
And those kids
safety.
grew up to start Cradle Pharmaceuticals.
Yeah, wait.
Oh my god.
I couldn't forgive them for that.
Well, no, they're already the proper age.
No,
But they went to work for them.
That would be really funny though.
Hey, there's still some stuff I don't get.
Yeah, same. Of course, they probably don't know any more than I
Ace.
do.
Well, I guess I should say Kataro Hongo. Why did he create the Nonary project?
Probably knew this
Anybody?
already.
Any ideas?
Is to cure his face blindness.
Why don't you ask him yourself?
we say to the corpse in the back seat. Yeah, I guess I could.
He's still in the trunk, I assume?
You stuffed him in the trunk.
What? Yeah, he is. Still tied up, I'm assuming, with his mouth taped shut. Oh!
Yeah, no, you brought him.
Okay. His eyes just look empty, no emotion. Looks like he's just given up. Wonder if he even cares what happens to him anymore.
Were you listening to us?
Yeah, go ahead and try to pretend you weren't, you old bastard. Let's get that tape off your
I love the fact that, you know, it's probably one of those, like, open back seats.
Yeah,
that
yeah.
you, like, lean over the back.
Hey, you fuck. Okay, at least look at me when you talk, man.
I only wanted to see the faces.
You see the faces.
Human faces.
Oh my god.
I thought if I could gain the ability to access the morphic field,
Love him.
then perhaps I could see faces.
We already knew this. How's this new information?
I mean, I don't think he ever actually said it. I think you just kind of assumed, but...
It's had to have been said before here, right?
Well,
this is the most obvious thing
I mean,
in the
hey,
world.
you're not talking to her right now.
I guess.
So,
I guess.
You know?
Peering into people's minds, you could understand how they were processing the expressions of others.
Wow.
Plot twist, he never wanted world domination. It really was that simple. That's it.
If you want to put it simply.
Wow. I've gone back to saying that this is real
I was gonna say, yeah, it was
stupid.
never stated that that was his motivation.
But it was just
like,
incredibly obvious.
Yeah, it
from
was
the
like
information.
implied.
Incredibly obvious. And then at the last second, I thought they were gonna go,
World
yeah,
domination.
and then actually world domination.
Philosophical answer. I could supply that as well.
No, I'm not. I thought you were gonna be like, I wanted to cure that at first, but then I was like, what if we could do world
You can listen
domination?
to his philosophical
Oh
answer.
my god, this is
You
so
see,
dumb.
The human collective consciousness.
Great, that's enough out of you, pal.
Put the tape back
Time for the tape to go back on.
Shut up.
So what's your second question?
Everybody else involved wanted world domination. He just wanted to see faces.
Okay. I mean, again, that's what we're assuming and hoping.
I'm sensing some issues between ends and means.
Yeah.
Boring. Shut him up.
Yeah, sometimes the ends are like, oh, does it justify the means? That end barely justifies any means.
Yeah.
Well, somebody's a little
My next
nosy.
question doesn't really have anything to do with you two. This is for you, Seven. It's about the whole Alice thing. What's the deal with that?
Okay.
See, 9 years ago, after I escaped from the Gigantic, I kept going after Hongo on my own. I'd catch him when he finally slipped up. During the course of my investigations, I learned a lot more about the Gigantic. I also found out about Bourdain and Alice.
You're not really answering my question. Was there actually a girl who wouldn't melt at room temperature?
Oh, he has something to say.
Sounds like Hongo has something to say. Alright, fine, I'll let you talk, but you gotta be it.
What?
Alice doesn't exist.
Great.
9 years ago, I found Alice's coffin behind the library on the bottom deck. There was nothing in it but the root of a peculiar plant.
What?
My research determined that it was a member of the genus Mandragora, of the family Solanaceae.
You're the one who set this whole thing up. What are you talking about? Is he saying that he bought the boat from someone else?
Yeah. He bought the boat.
Okay.
I was able to extract a particular alkaloid from it.
Is that the sleeping drug?
I used that extract to create Soper.
Oh my god.
Its creation was a
Best
tremendous
purchase
boon to my
ever
family,
made.
and we grew
Boat.
rapidly.
Wow.
Alright, shut up.
Shit, this is gonna go on forever. Tape's going back on, Hongo. So, he found a mandrake that gave him sleeping drugs.
Yes.
I didn't need that.
That's fine.
Okay. Let's
But
enjoy the
weren't
ride.
you deathly curious about how he made them? I'm just kidding.
No.
This is for you.
Also, it doesn't make any sense. That only raises more questions.
What's this?
This is for you, doll. His name is Junpei.
It was a voodoo doll.
I think it is the voodoo doll. I actually didn't remember.
Oh my god.
Zombie pulled something out of his pocket and shoved out his arm toward me.
Does not justify her going back for it, but still.
She thought it was in the incinerator. What if he died? And his hand was a doll made of yarn. Oh my god, it is a voodoo
It's
doll. Small enough to
a
fit in
voodoo
his
doll.
palm. Yeah, the bit of information you do need is that his company became a big, rapid success after the original Nonary game.
Okay.
I'll explain why that's important later. If
right,
they
because
don't.
he needed an investor or whatever, right?
Yeah.
Originally.
Huh? Yeah.
I
the lady at the
legitimately
shop said
forgot
so,
about
so
this.
That means it's for you.
It is a voodoo doll.
That's hilarious.
It's a
Are you sure?
I forgot about this whole conversation. I swear to God, I was just making a joke.
Wait, what? That's... Oh, man. Oh, man.
That's why she needed to go back. It was the voodoo doll.
Oh my god.
I did not remember this conversation happened.
So... Alright. Fine. Okay. I can justify... Alright, that's fine. I will overlook...
What if he got put in the incinerator?
I will overlook an incredibly stupid moment from this child to go back for a voodoo doll of her best friend. That's valid.
Fucking spontaneously combust.
Yeah, okay. Alright, that is kind of cute. Fine. Alright.
Well, it sure looks like a voodoo doll. I mean, you do know what a voodoo doll is used for, right?
Alright.
I guess calling it Junpei isn't a very good idea then.
Well, too
Why are you
late.
giving me this anyway? It just seems really sudden.
Well, you know how after June, we aren't
June.
gonna get to see each other too much?
I mean, what I'm hearing is that really the voodoo doll is the only magical thing that exists right now. Because
Honestly,
she
maybe.
couldn't use her psychic powers when she
Without the
dropped the
doll.
doll. If the series ended here and was like, actually, all that
It's all voodoo.
morphogenetic, all that morphogenetic field bullshit, fully fake. The only thing that's real, this voodoo doll, and it has the ability for you to like.
He does
talk to
usually,
one another.
Uchikoshi does usually manage to have an acceptable explanation.
Okay.
That
It would
she went
be-
back because it was a voodoo doll.
It would be so funny if it was like all that shit. No.
What if
Magic,
Abe found it and crushed it because he was so angry?
witchcraft, real.
Yeah, real.
I mean, we're gonna be in different schools, and...
Oh no, they're going to different high schools.
Man.
You know,
Oh, okay. Well, how about we call it June then?
Oh, so it's a voodoo doll of yourself?
okay.
Well, I think they're just naming it, but
Oh, it's June. Cute. That was her nickname in the game.
Yes.
Very confusing.
So, I wanted to give you this.
You sound like some sort of tribal chief in a bad movie.
Okay.
Yes. I, head of tribe.
Great voice
this
acting, I
doll,
love it.
traditional charm of tribe.
they're like 9.
Yeah.
So I give this, it me. So we always together.
Oh, Jumpy.
That's cute.
Aww.
If something bad, then hold and pray. I go wherever you are. So here.
Aww.
Aw, that is cute.
I reached my hand out and picked up the doll gently.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Jumpy.
Before I knew it, I was crying. Tears streamed down my face and fell onto June's tiny yarn body.
Aw.
Oh, Jumpy. I'll never forget you.
You look over at him and he's like, why am I wet?
Ew.
I'm like,
Yes,
"Ah."
because that's what a 9-year-old's voice sounds like. Very flammable. Do
Yeah,
not burn.
Do not burn.
Promise.
Jumpy looked straight into my eyes and said just 5 words.
I'll never forget you either.
The sky was a beautiful crimson red with a giant fucking sun as it melted
Yeah.
down towards the horizon. The sun.
Honestly, super weird of Junpei to have not forgotten about her by now. Just gonna be honest. This is his not what 8, 9.
They were soulmates.
He was in 5th grade, and in the future, he's like, "Oh man, I still remember her." I'm like, dude, come on.
They
Her
fought
on the-
bullies together.
She's justified because she had a weird future vision of him, and
Yeah.
he saved her life.
Oh, they're closer to
Completely
12 or
justified.
13, actually. Because,
Oh.
right, they were done with middle school. So they
Oh.
were going to high
Oh.
school. So they're probably
Okay.
at least 10, and in Japan it's
All right,
a little different.
a little better than like your 5th grade crush, and you're like, man, I remember that when I'm like 25.
Yes,
or
this is
whatever."
8th grade crush.
Okay.
The last golden rays of sunlight stretched out across the city and painted themselves across the hills. We sat, bathed in the warm light of evening. Just the 2 of us, leaning gently against one another, shoulder to shoulder.
Whoa, come on, guys.
Lude! I certainly remember my 3rd grade crush. Oh, good for you.
Right, but you probably don't still have feelings for them. At least I'm assuming a lot.
Unless you do, in which case, more power to you.
Yeah, all right. Maybe I'm wrong.
We watched in silence as the darkness deepened, and one by one, the lights of the town began to flicker on. Vroom.
Still, one thing I don't get. To be honest, the biggest mystery as far as I'm concerned is the only one that's really important. It has to do with June and Akane. Okay. 9 years ago, she died in the incinerator in the Gigantic. Uh-huh. But she's still alive now, as June. Uh-huh. But how? Was it because I tapped the morphic field mindset and saved her 9 years ago? Sure.
Oh, she's a friend that you do care about a lot. That's perfect.
Oh, okay.
Then who was phone?
Yeah. Alright then. Let's make some kind of insane sense. Alright, let's just ignore all that. Then, if I did that, then how do I make sense of what Seven remembers? Yeah, okay. Snake makes sense. He's blind. No, fuck that,
Dude.
actually. They were talking in the past. Fuck that. Okay. He couldn't have seen her body anyway. Completely fuck that. But Seven, he said he was sure he saw it. And in his memory, Santa went over to her corpse and started crying. Does that mean there's some kind of historical discrepancy? Berenstain Bears.
Yeah, Mandela
The Mandela
effect.
effect. Or wait, maybe that's not it at all. There's one other logical explanation. What was it you told me that... Was what you told me the truth, Seven? You look satisfied. No, no way. You couldn't...
Over there.
So remember that time when you were like, is everyone gaslighting me?
Uh-huh.
I think...
Sorry. Are we saying that Seven was in on it? And he did gaslight me? Because I thought Ace also said someone died during the project, but maybe he didn't.
What?
Well, I don't know if he saw her get out, so he might have just assumed she died. Oh, wait, hold on. Sorry, the best part?
Okay. Nice. Hell yeah. When did she have time to switch outfits?
Who do you think that is?
That's Lotus.
She's in the fucking car. What are you talking about?
Oh, what the fuck? You're right.
What do you mean?
You're right.
The burning gaze of the Nevada sun pounded down on her head. The desert around her rippled with heat. Standing there on that shimmering plain was a woman, her arm out and her thumb up. It would not be long before Junpei realized who she was.
Is this Lotus's kid?
No, it's not Lotus's kid.
I mean, I know it's supposed to be, quote, Alice, but, like...
Who's Alice?
What are you talking about?
Wouldn't you like to know?
Great. Okay.
Well, you picked her up anyway.
Alright, I assume. Yeah.
We don't know for sure. That's what I now, once I saw that conversation, I was like, oh, that's what I always assumed. Either he was totally in on it, or he had memory issues because he was remembering two different timelines. They never really clarified that. I, based on that conversation, always assumed that he was in on it. It wouldn't be out of the question to assume that he was in on it and just totally gaslit you.
So...
I didn't want to say anything, because I knew you might not like that answer. So,
okay. So we're saying the whole time he was
also in on it.
But his memory issues were real?
He could have been lying the whole time.
That doesn't make any sense, because then he wouldn't have, like, he shouldn't have trusted Ace at all.
I think he was just playing.
That seems like a stretch. I mean,
he clearly showed that he was, like, pretty with it in the end. Like, I know he kind of acted stupid the whole time, but, like, he is kind of intelligent.
In the other timelines, I'm trying to remember what Seven did. Is Seven even in any of the other timelines?
I mean, not in, like, incredibly.
Like in the one where Snake gets shot a bunch. Is Seven there?
Yes. Yes, Seven is there.
Okay. Because I feel like at that
He sucker punches you and gets you out of the incinerator so that Snake can,
Right.
And Seven's there the whole time, actually.
Uh-huh.
He's there with you when you open the coffin.
So I feel like if he was in on it, that would be the moment where he would say something that would indicate he was in on it. Where he was like, this isn't the way I was supposed to go, or some shit along those lines. Maybe he did and I didn't notice.
No, I don't think he did. And it's past, it's probably past most people's bedtime. We might need to do another rant stream at some point down the line.
Like,
or catch the VOD, because we probably won't be able to do another stream together for a bit. Thank you for staying, Prop. Sorry, I know it's late. I didn't expect, like, 3 more tangential rants today. Good night.
Good night. I hope you had a good time.
I hope it was great. I hope you had fun.
Yeah, mostly just like
I always
don't-
chose to believe that he was in on it and was acting dumb. And once things escalated to that point with Snake and Ace, that there was just like so much going on that was a bigger concern.
So he never lost his memories? Is that
I
supposed to be
believe
the
that.
idea?
Again, they never confirmed this. That's what I think, because
think
it kind of
that's-
solves the problem that you have such a big problem with.
I'm okay with him losing his memories due to an unintended side effect. And then regaining those memories, we're saying that because if he didn't have his memories the whole time, that's dumb as hell. He should have been amnesiac because he acted logically like that. And there were certain circumstances where that would put people at risk. Leaving Ace alone ever. Terrible fucking idea. And they left Ace alone. He was like, oh, I injected myself with medicine. You guys should leave me behind. Immediately, he should have been like, fuck that. That gives him the opportunity to do some shenanigans bullshit and kill people. Like,
Well, everybody else went with you through the doors. He couldn't kill any of you assholes.
You cannot trust that psychopath. He's an insane lunatic who's shown that he has the propensity for big murder. If he had lost his memories of Ace being a lunatic, sure. Like, if at the end, let's say he does in fact regain his memories at the end. He's not lying about that. He regains all of his memories. And then he's like, oh shit, I just remembered I'm part of a weird time heist to gaslight Junpei. I've got to really lay it on thick right now. If that's the case, sure. All right, fine. That kind of makes sense. That makes it so Seven's character makes more sense.
I'm glad you've enjoyed it. I want to play the rest. I've told him that I think he'll enjoy VLR more than he enjoyed this game.
My main issue with the game so far has really been the chronology of it and the magic system being terrible.
The magic system.
I'm gonna call it magic system because that's what it is. I really like it in fantastical things. For the magic system's science or rules to be established, and then for everyone to kind of be like, okay, we're gonna work within that rule set, and then I don't love it when they're like, the twist ending is that rule set, I've been lying to you the whole time. I don't love that. And that's kind of what this is.
I think it was less of like a straight up line, more of just like an omission, because they don't explain, like when they're explaining in this game, and that's something I forgot about, how the morphogenetic field works. They kind of explain it in like a binary type way, where one person is a transmitter, one person's a receiver, and that's just how it works. The transmitter transmits, the receiver receives.
And they didn't say anything in this one to imply that she was anything less than a transmitter. They said she's a transmitter.
And to be fair, it could be because most of people's experience about the morphogenetic field was limited to like that one fucking experiment that one Sheldrake guy did. And I don't think Sheldrake's experiment was enough to figure out how to transcend timey-wimey bullshit.
Well, apparently they knew enough about these fucking kids to identify one way or the other. They weren't...
that they were a transmitter or receiver, you mean?
Yeah. Unless they were
I would expect
guessing
that the
randomly.
Gansfeld experiment can probably do that, though, because that it's just the reading off cards, guessing the picture type experiment.
You could easily do that.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's how they figured it out, is because that's easy to establish whether one is a transmitter and one is a receiver, because it would be based on the success rate of identifying
I think so,
pictures.
too. So it would be like, okay, so these kids are more likely to be receiving, these kids are more likely to be transmitting. So that implies that Santa, Ahoy, is the receiver, and she's the transmitter. Despite that, she is instead the movie person.
Yeah, she is just implied to be better. They assumed that someone can only be one. They identified her as a transmitter, and especially because her brother was a receiver, they never considered that she'd also be a receiver, because that's just outside the scope of their experiment. Like...
Right. And I guess as both a transmitter and a receiver, she can just play telephone with people, because she could be observing you and then talking into your head, and then you can speak out loud the response, and she could be hearing that.
Yeah, she'd hear it, and
so because she's two-way, then she could just telepathically communicate with people. Okay, that's fine. Not established what the fuck you are, if you're just linked to her and have no powers, or if she's, like, if you're a receiver or whatever. I mean, it doesn't really matter. You could just be the target of her scrying.
I would assume you're probably a receiver of some kind.
Right.
At least.
Well, yeah, because they're defining her as a transmitter, so it
if
makes
she
sense.
transmitted to you, you're a receiver, but...
We're hoping. I mean... It could be that you're transmitting to her from a long time ago, but that doesn't really make sense. It seems like she was the one forging the connection.
I think it's established that she is, like, the one
doing the cool things.
Yeah.
Okay. So she was an outlier. Sure.
Yes.
That wasn't something that was alluded to. Like,
that's fair.
They could have said, yeah, sometimes.
Which, again, I think it's just because they, like, portrayed the experiment that they were conducting as somewhat limited in scope. They didn't really know what they were looking for. And she met their criteria for scope that they were looking for, but they didn't know enough to, like, test her for stupid bullshit. Their test was designed to see one thing. Who is the transmitter, and who is the receiver? She's a transceiver.
Right. That's a flaw in the writing, though.
Is it?
Yeah, because you could have just as easily said, yeah, they were testing for all sorts of things, because they're scientists, and that's what they should have been doing. And they, I don't know, discovered that she was a niche case.
Yeah, once you keep thinking about it, I am personally okay with them dropping that bomb, because that's how I understood it. I was like, oh, scientists were too stupid to figure it out. Like, and I'm like, oh, she can do a bunch of other cool bullshit. That's interesting. Like, nobody figured that out, huh? Okay, that checks, because they weren't really looking for that. So that was fine with me, personally.
Okay.
But I get why you're up in arms about it, because I know how you like to write, tell, and receive stories.
Well, and also because it's not a twist if there has been no allusion to it at all. It's a Deus Ex.
Yeah.
Which is terrible writing. I
feel like that's, common's not the word I'm looking for Uchiposhi, but I feel like that is not mechanic, I guess.
And I'm not saying that
writing
Deus
tropes
Ex
that he uses sometimes
shouldn't ever be used ever. Like, I've read some amazing stories that use it, and I very much enjoy it. But in this one, it didn't feel good compared to those ones.
Cool. I was fine with it personally.
It felt nonsensical.
Yeah, remember, all the scientists involved were crazy enough to be okay with kidnapping 18 children, so it's no surprise they might not have had the clearest heads for science.
I mean, I guess.
Science was not they were kidnappers.
I guess, but counterpoint, these were 18 scientists who were so obsessed with...
10, there were only 10.
Sorry.
Maybe 12 if you want to count.
Yeah, 10 to 12 scientists who were so obsessed with getting results for this particular science experiment that they kidnapped they kidnapped 18 kids.
People.
That means they should be the most fucking passionate and meticulous people about the results they're wanting to get.
And I wonder if it's just because they didn't have a baseline for her weird bullshit. Like, they were like, okay, here's the past experiment we're working with, the stupid dog thing. We're gonna build on that. We're gonna do this thing first, and then we're gonna see what happens. Like, I don't think they would have known enough to test for that. They would have, I think they just gave up too quick with her. They were like, oh, all right, she is a transmitter or whatever the hell she is. Like, put her in the transmitter box. Like,
I guess the other thing that I kind of have an issue with is with the way they set up the experiment, which again, this goes to the experiment being bad. And also just the way that the game
which I don't see that as a problem with the writing.
I don't necessarily see with the problem with the writing.
Because I think this experiment was bullshit to begin with. We all know it.
If you're watching the experiment and sending the children through escape rooms, you could watch and see in the groups of kids, because I assume they're all being videotaped, I hope, which kids are the ones solving the puzzles on the gigantic, and then identify, okay, well, maybe these are the kids who are psychic. Because... if all of them are individually doing, I mean, some of those kids are going to be doing it more than others. That's the whole point of your experiment. Because if not, you have a null hypothesis being proven.
Mm-hmm.
If they're all they have to have something, right? Like, I don't know. It seems like during the experiment, this should have become apparent that she's special. Or, like, she's, you know, getting a lot more information than the rest of them. And she was, because she was watching a fucking movie, apparently. So that seems weird to me. But that's all part of the experimenters maybe being bad at science.
I don't know that these were legitimate science men.
Probably not.
Or women.
With the whole kidnapping children. So, you know, we can overlook a lot of the bad science that was happening here.
Would, just theoretically, pretend like nothing else about Seven's actions in this game matter except for that one thing. Was he gaslighting you about Akane dying? Would that change your opinion of the paradox?
So that would mean... If let's
just forget about all the rest of his shit for a minute.
Sure. Let's assume Seven acted perfectly, other than he did gaslight me in that one conversation. Just that one conversation when he quotes remembers everything. Santa also said that his sister was dead.
Well, Santa's gaslighting you on purpose.
In a different timeline.
I mean, he's been in on this from the beginning. He's gaslighting you in every reality.
Without telling me who his sister is.
Well, I think he would...
I don't know that he's Aoi. I don't know anything about that circumstance. To what end does it serve for Santa to lie to me that his
keep
sister's
your story
dead?
Consistent, man.
But I don't know who his sister is.
Well, she's there.
So, so he's, I guess, in the Department of Redundancy department, he's gaslighting me in other timelines about his sister being dead, when in fact his sister is not fucking dead at all. Right?
Well, I'm trying to remember. Is that the timeline where you're definitely going to fail?
I don't remember when that conversation
That's in rooms. That's in 6. So I think so. I think that might be a timeline where you are...
That's not in the same timeline as we're in right now, right? Because that's in the first.
Also, I just want to point out the like, cloudy cloud is purple.
It's purple.
Just like hers. All the time. You're blue.
Ow. Okay. Oh, it's in third person.
Yes, it's been third person.
Was his thoughts in first person?
Yes.
His internal monologue? Okay.
That's in a safe route. So because that timeline, you fail. I mean, I don't know if he would have known that, but maybe he would have known that you didn't go through the correct doors. Like the purple is always there even when you can't see it.
Okay. So that's supposed to be just like a little misty bit. Oh, got it. So like you can see the edge.
You can see it, yeah.
Purple. Okay. Interesting.
When you play it again, knowing the whole story, there's actually quite a lot of foreshadowing. Which is what I was trying to look for this time, but I didn't have a good enough memory of the entire game to really do it effectively. I did notice though, hilariously, if you remember, you got the coffin passcode wrong, and the voice in your head yells at you and says, you dumb bastard.
Yeah,
that was her.
I do remember.
That was definitely her.
I do remember.
Where she's like, you fucking idiot. Like, no, this is the password.
Okay.
Because I'd never gotten it wrong before, so I didn't know that she did that.
Right, it was like, you know,
she's like,
right,
are you serious?
Right,
like, yeah.
left, right, left,
or she's like, you've got to be kidding me.
Right.
I think there's a lot hidden in this game that really benefits from multiple playthroughs. Okay. And now that they've added the timeline feature, it's a lot easier to do now. Because that used to be impossible on the DS because there's no flowchart. So that's something that I do appreciate about the Steam version, is that they added the flowchart.
Right.
So you can replay more easily.
Right.
They also animated that water, which I'm pretty sure was not on the DS, so that's kind of funny. But yeah, so that's it. That's the first game. We're done.
Okay.
We did it. I think things fall more into place if you assume that Seven is gaslighting you. And was in on it the whole time.
Okay.
The flowchart and the voice acting are worth setbacks. I would agree, because there's no voice acting in the DS version. And I feel like the voice acting kind of makes it.
I could have sworn there was another thing when we discussed the experiment. I could have sworn someone said one of those kids died. And I can't remember whether it was Clover or not, or whether it was because Clover discussed.
Well,
the
Clover
experiment.
would have heard it from Snake.
So Snake would have had to have been in on it too.
Or Snake just can't see.
Snake could hear. She was talking.
Again.
I assumed Snake was. I was like, Snake wouldn't know because he's blind. That's insane. Snake heard. She was talking.
Yeah.
When she came out of the door.
That's true. That does kind of
completely fuck it up.
But
she also
unless Snake is also in on it.
Also, you took a boat ride that probably took hours.
Unless Snake is also in on it. I didn't even think about Snake being there, to be honest.
Had to be in on it as well.
Snake would have had to be in on it.
Is insane, and then Snake would have had to lie to Clover, his sister, about it, or swear her to secrecy and have her in on it too.
This is a lot of people to know.
It's a lot.
This is a lot of people.
Oh, also the entire boat full of children. There's a whole boat full of children that sees that she's not fucking dead. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, no, maybe this isn't an Occam's razor where Seven was the Occam's razor.
Now, of course, the boat full of children is not here in the boat with you, but one of them's fucking Lotus's kid. Are you gonna hope that Lotus is just not a lunatic and doesn't talk to her kid? And
we might just have to say timey-wimey bullshit and call it a day. Well, that would make the whole getting him into a coffin and changing his clothes things a lot simpler if he wasn't on it.
Yeah, but I guess you wouldn't have had to have drugged him to make that happen. He was freaking the fuck out when he was in the coffin.
Yeah, that's true.
You could have had it.
I mean, nobody likes being in a coffin.
And maybe he was lying about that. Maybe he was lying about being drugged.
I don't think. I
but
don't
that
know
seems
if
insane.
Snake would be in on it.
That seems insane if he was in on it. And fucking.
I
Clover
believe that
clearly,
maybe they could convince Seven, but I don't know about Snake.
Clover clearly wasn't because she goes back
Clover's
crazy.
dumb.
So yeah, she's dumb. She's out of it. So maybe he lied to his sister for 9 years. Or maybe he just didn't talk about it or something. But I'm pretty sure.
I think she said something too.
Yeah, I think he said something. And now everyone else in the boat, those other kids weren't there. But I do have an issue that one of Lotus's kids was in that boat. Would have seen that, oh, Mom, all 9 of us escaped.
Yeah.
Like that would have been something we
That water
talked about.
texture is really good. Just distracted by how good that water looks on that table.
So yes, I do still have an issue with the timeline thing, even with the little bit of cheeky bullshit they try to do at the last second. Just try to say, haha, maybe 7 was in on it the whole time or whatever.
I appreciate the effort.
I appreciate the effort.
It made me think about it, which is probably the point.
But the problem then is that they were aware that they created a shitty paradox, and they still had
Ochikoshi's nothing
problems.
if not self-aware.
Like, they could have not done that, is what that means. They could have just said,
do you want to play the next game?
Not for a while.
That's fair. No, it's fine. We don't need to play it for a while.
I enjoyed the mechanics of this game a lot. I will say that the ending of it did leave a
I'm
weird
sad that it wasn't a
taste in my
Sudoku
mouth.
puzzle.
Yeah, the last puzzle was kind of shitty.
That was lame. I'll say it. It was lame. I did not like the final puzzle. I wish it was a giant Sudoku puzzle. What I will say is possibly a selling point for the next game. I feel like the rooms are even better.
Okay.
I actually think the rooms in the second game are some of my favorite.
And that's good. I did like the rooms. The music was good.
If you in any way enjoyed the experience, I really believe you'll find the same enjoyment in the rest.
Okay.
I think so too. Although I was saying last night that before we play Zero Time Dilemma, I might need to play it again because that I've only played the one time right when it came out, and I have almost no memory of it.
Right.
Because I helped Tim through it pretty close to when it came out, I think, so it was still fresh. But now it's gone, so I'm gonna need to play it again before we play it. But obviously, as you guys know, Michael's really busy right now, so I'm not anticipating that we would tackle VLR anytime soon. Probably not until, like, at least October, I would say. That sounds right to you?
Yeah.
He's still in his head, I can tell.
Yeah, I'm still thinking.
Zero Time Dilemma is something. I like it, but it's something. I agree. I think Zero Time Dilemma is for a different subset of people than the rest of these games were. And that's okay, but...
Yeah.
Are you done?
So
Do you want to go eat?
I know it starts with a coin flip.
That's I did tell him about the coin flip.
I know about the game.
And that's about all I've told him the specifics.
Yeah.
He doesn't know. He knows I will say he knows a few things about VLR just because it's impossible not to rant about these games.
Yeah, I've seen a couple screenshots on Twitter and
but
whatever.
he's gonna try and forget
I'll
stuff.
try to forget stuff. I know there's a bunny.
He knows some stuff. And then Zero Time Dilemma, I don't think I've told you any of the main spoilers.
No. There's a couple things I like vaguely remember. I think there's a dog.
Yeah, there's a dog.
Some people fuck. I remember that. I remember you telling me that was a critical plot point. Some people fucked. I'm like, cool. Sounds like a fun game.
It's gonna be good, but not for a while. Yes, the
like,
dog's name is Gab.
There's like a lunatic who's like Professor Xavier or something.
Well, you called him Professor Xavier.
You described him to me, and I'm like, that sounds like a crazy version of Professor Xavier. I'm like, alright.
I would like to do the rest of the series. We'll see if I can convince him. I believe I can convince him to do VLR, and then we'll see how VLR goes. And then we could talk about Zero Time Dilemma.
Yeah.
But I had fun.
Mm-hmm.
I hope you had fun.
I did have fun. It was good.
He's just very particular about his stories.
I wouldn't even say that. I would say I am particular about time travel plots.
That's
for
fair.
Sure.
Okay, we need to stop this so that we can get food because it's almost 10. What the hell are we gonna eat?
Is the dog's name Gab?
Gab.
Oh, Gab.
Gab. The hell are we gonna eat? What's
I'll
open
go
at
get
10?
something. I'll see what's open.
Okay, well, bye everybody.
I'm
glad we did this instead of me playing Baldur's Gate tonight. I really, really wanted to finish. I'm sorry that the stream was 3.5 hours. It happens. And thank you guys for sticking along with the ride. And I promise I'll let you know when we're gonna do. When, not if, when we're going to do Virtue's Last Reward.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, you really want me to do it?
Uh-huh.
Okay. I'll try to forget what I remember.
Yeah, I may have accidentally told him some pretty big spoilers, so hopefully he can forget. Okay, I'll see you guys next week for something else. Maybe now we can finally stop, like, the Uchikoshi overload, because I've been doing AI on my channel, and also this, so we can finally take a little break. But yeah, I'll see you guys next week. Bye!
Bye!